week of high school football Friday night here at Bobby Lackey Stadium, and it is week 2 of the high school football season. Carlos Robledo along with Mike Gonzalez here on the K-West pregame show, and we should have a good matchup here this afternoon or this evening as the sun starts to go down a little bit, Mike. It is the Weslaco East Wildcats taking on the Laredo Alexander Bulldogs. It is a rematch from a year ago. The Wildcats coming into this game 0-1 on the season after a game last week in San Antonio taking on Manor. And then, of course, we also have the Laredo Alexander Bulldogs who are 1-0 on the young season. But this season, Mike Gonzalez, it's just getting started.
We're just warming up, Carlos. Second game of the year, second time that the Wildcats will play somebody outside of the Valley. This is a program that's, already made their point. They've gone to the third round 5 out of the 8 years, and they want to face that competition, prepare themselves for a run in November and December.
Yeah, this is a team that is different from a year ago. You got to remember, they do have a lot of players back on defense. They got that offensive line, but some of the skilled players have graduated from high school. They're now playing football at another level. We're talking about the big three. That's right, Lefevre, Pedraza, and Vargas, JC Vargas. Not on the team this year. They're trying to find themselves a little bit.
Just a little bit, Carlos. I mean, last week they had a good challenge there against Manor. They got some guys that really stepped up, did a wonderful job, put up a good fight against Manor. Came up a little bit short, but ready to go tonight, I think.
Yeah, I think we'll talk a little bit more of that game here in a little bit. We'll take a look at some highlights. They were a team with a lot of Division I players on the other side of the football, and the Wildcats almost pulled off a stunner. But right now, let's take a look at what happened last year in the bi-district round of the playoffs, or should I say the third round of the playoffs, the area round game, where it was Weslaco East taking on Laredo Alexander in Laredo. Lefevre, playing some football. Remember him. It was up 7-0 for the Bulldogs early on in the first quarter. And there you go, Lefevre. You look at the side of your screen, limping off because he had a knee injury early on in the contest. So JC Vargas, who had been out for almost the entire season, bounces back in the playoffs, scores a touchdown right here to make the score now 7-7 in the first quarter. Alexander with a 35-yard field goal, and they were up 10-7 were the Bulldogs at the half. Now we go to the third quarter where the Wildcats looking to get things going. Give the ball here. That's JC Vargas wearing number 1. Bounces to the left-hand side, setting up the big guy. He did this throughout most of the season. Richard Lefevre scoring there, and it was the Wildcats that were up 14-10 at that point. Then the defense started to play some football. Here we go. Quarterback flushed out of the pocket, looking down the field. Freddie Cardenas was all over the place in this game. An interception right there. Freddie Cardenas is back. One of the reasons why he was Defensive Player of the Year for 32-6A. And he was down right there at the 20-yard line. And then the Wildcats go to work. JC Vargas finds the end zone. Score it right there. And the Wildcats were up 21-10 in the third quarter. Still in the third quarter. The Bulldogs made a game out of it. They score right here. They go for 2. The 2-point conversion was good. To cut it to 2 points, it was 21-18. And then remember that fourth quarter, Mike, nobody scored, and the Wildcats were able to win it. Here's the defense right here on a fourth down play, as the Bulldogs were not able to convert, and they won that area round championship game. Did the Wildcats against the Bulldogs in Laredo Alexander by a final score of 21-18. Oh, wow, Gonzalez, it seems like it was just yesterday.
Yeah, no doubt about it. What a wonderful run that was. What a wonderful game that was. Well coached, well played by both squads, I felt. Outstanding job by the defense making that interception led by Freddie Cardenas there, who was eventually named Defensive Player of the Year, All-Area, All-State, honorable mention. And then we had other guys that stepped up as well, making big-time plays, slowing down that high-powered offense that Laredo Alexander has.
Yeah, and this is a team, Laredo Alexander, that has a lot of those players that are back from last year, Mike.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They have a couple of guys that we could mention here. Matthew Connor, Camilo Pedraza, Albert Laurel, Those are the top returners from last year, and they're back this year. Also have another quarterback. Didn't get any playing time last week, but perhaps he'll play tonight. That's what the coaches are trying to figure out. They're under first-year head coach, Carlos Sergio Salinas.
All right, well, that was last year, Alexander versus Weslaco East. Let's talk about this year, because the Wildcats have some different stars, I guess you can say, that are in the lineup. That defense looks good. The offensive line also looks good. Still have some things, I don't want to say any question marks, but they still, some of the skill players, let's see who they have. And we'll take a look at that right now. This Ramsey Vasquez, who is there, who's been quarterback. He played quarterback last week.
He did, Carlos. He stepped in for Antonio Cedeno. We don't know what his status is for tonight, but Ramsey did a wonderful job considering he was throwing the line of fire. Utility player last year, led the team with 6 interceptions, also contributes on special teams. Freddy Cardenas, outstanding game, 16 tackles, 11 solo. And then you had Robert Vera, 12 tackles, 8 solo. Joel Longoria, who had wonderful scrimmages, wonderful camp in August, came through with 11 tackles, 7 solo. So we're talking about the identity of the Weslaco Wildcats. These are guys that are stepping up early in the season, and now the coaches are hoping that other guys can step up tonight and going into district.
So those are some of the key players for the Weslaco Wildcats. Like I said, last week, a good game against Manor in San Antonio at Alamo Stadium. It's a game that went down to the wire, and it happened a few years ago when they were playing against Del Rio. It came down to an onside kick. Let's take a look at those highlights.
San Antonio to face Manor Mustangs from the Austin area. Early first quarter, 4th and 2. Manor with the hard count. Wildcats offsides, free play. Nate Jackson to Ernest Muse. 2-point conversion, no good. 6-0 Manor. Later, Wildcat defense with the first big play of the season. Amanor Ordonez with the hit, fumble, and Andy Delgado comes out of the pile with the pigskin. East in business. We go to the second period now. Ramsey Vasquez, quarterback, right side, in the end zone. Extra point good, and the Wildcats take a 7-6 lead. Mustangs answer right back. Jackson, right side, beautiful throw. Finds Jaden Moore, 13-yard strike. Manor regains the lead, 2-point conversion good. 14-7 Mustangs. It was 26-7 at one point, but East showing that strong side effort, not giving up. Josh Gonzalez stretches, scores. It's now 26-21. 22 seconds left in the game. Onside kick coming. Here we go. Check this out. Perfect bounce, and just off the fingertips of the Wildcats. Oh, so close. Still a great effort. Building block against a strong Austin area team. East drops this one 26-21.
They showed they were down in that game, but they showed that they've started playing Wildcat football, and they showed the talent that they have on that side of the ball for the Wildcats.
And you know what, Carlos, it's like I mentioned in the highlight reel, it's a building block for this game and just moving forward, just a heart. And that's what you want to find early in the season is what players are going to have that heart, what players are not going to give up. And I think they found that early on in the season, and they just it had a good bounce, but just off the fingertips. I mean, that's how football is for you sometimes. It's a game of inches, and had the Wildcats recovered, they would have gotten the ball back with an opportunity to maybe win the game at the end, and it would have been some comeback.
Or he could have caught the ball. He could have got the ball
going
off the bounce and gone all the way as well. Just one of those things. First game of the season, they look good, the Wildcats, against a team, like I said, with plenty of Division I players on their side of the football. Ramsey Vasquez had himself a pretty good game. We have some video of him in that contest. Ended up playing quarterback. Anthony Cedeno, a little banged up, but Vasquez looked good.
He did, Carlos. I mean, considering, again, that his first start, only a junior, I'm sure knows the offense very well, but yet was able to manage the game. I thought did a wonderful job, held his composure. And all he has to do is listen to what Coach Mike Burgett on the sideline is calling, and calls the audibles right and just follows the play. And they scored 21 points, and that's pretty good considering it's your first start, and you probably only had like 1 or 2 weeks to prepare.
Yeah, and Vasquez is one of those guys, a dual threat. He could play offense, he can play defense. He actually did play offense as a quarterback. He was also the punter. I think he also returned kicks as well, Mike.
Right.
And he can play defense. That's where he got his first start a couple of years ago. And but I don't know if he's playing both ways as of yet.
We don't know yet, but you know what? If coach is put in there on defense, I'm sure he'll be ready. I mean, he had 6 interceptions last year. I mean, so he's a threat against a team like Laredo Alexander that likes to throw the football. Perhaps you'll see Ramsey back there. We'll see.
Let's take a look a little bit more at Laredo Alexander inside the numbers and take a look at some of their key players that they have on their team.
As we mentioned, Carlos, Matthew Connor, 184 yards, 12 of 25 passing with a couple of touchdown passes, no interceptions, which is always important for a quarterback. We also had Camilo Pedraza, 84 yards, 1 touchdown. If you remember, Carlos, last year's playoff game, he got injured in the second quarter, huge loss for them. And then Albert Laurel, as we mentioned, 5 receptions, 105 yards, and a touchdown. Those are the guys that you need to keep an eye on tonight.
All right, Mike. Also, other games across the Rio Grande Valley that are taking place. We got some good football games. If you're doing some scoreboard watching, Sherryland at McCallum Memorial, two teams that are looking to go into the postseason.
Yeah, that's right, Carlos. Always a good game when these two teams get together. Sherryland came from a 10-0 deficit at halftime to win in overtime over Brownsville Pace. You recall last year they lost a tough one in triple overtime in the playoffs, so they've had back-to-back overtime games. They were able to overcome 3 turnovers, 2 inside the 30-yard line.
Hannah returns to Edinburgh Vela for what is going to be a rematch of last year's by-district contest. The Hannah Eagles lost it by a field goal. They actually had a chance to win it by a field goal, and they surprised some people by playing Edinburgh Vela so close. And they're going to be at Vela tonight.
That's right. Rematch of the bi-district playoffs last year. Number 1 against number 2, according to the RGVsports.com poll. So that's going to be a game to watch tonight. Hannah, 484 yards last week against McCallum Memorial. Big-time win. Vela, 48-27 win over always tough Laredo United.
And then we have San Benito. San Benito trying to bounce back from a loss from last week. They'll be taking on Victoria West.
This is a team, Carlos, that went 12-1 last year, third round of the playoffs. Power Valley team, another one that likes to play teams out of the valley, get themselves prepped for a November run, possibly December. If you recall, Carlos, Victoria West is a team Weslaco East played back in the area round in 2010. That was when both teams were in Class 4A. Weslaco East won 42-35.
All right, well, that'll do it for the K-West pregame show. It is Parents' Night, Band Parents' Night here at Bobby Lackey Stadium, where the Wildcats taking on the Laredo Alexander Bulldogs. Game here at 7:30. Join us once again right here for the postgame show. For Mike Gonzalez, I'm Carlos Robledo. We'll see you after the game.
On behalf of Dr. Priscilla Clanales, Dr. David Gamboa, and everyone who makes Friday Night Lights come alive, welcome to Bobby Lackey Stadium for the 2018-2019 school year. Tonight, we celebrate band parents and all their support. The Wildcat Regiment is under the direction of Mr. Armando Cuellar, and we recognize all the hard work and care it takes to bring together a spectacular program like the Wildcat Regiment. We hope you enjoy this year's show titled Persephone. Please help me send a warm Wildcat thank you to our senior band parents as we welcome them to the field. Desiree Alanis, escorted by Sandra McFadden. Juanita Alvarez, escorted by Monica Ibarra, mother, Destiny Alvarez, sister, and Ivan Alvarez, brother. David Aviles, escorted by his father, David Aviles, and mother, Priscilla Cepeda. Janice Carrillo, escorted by her father, Sebastian Carrillo, and mother, Juana Maria Carrillo. Ernest Casas, escorted by Daniel and Ruby Ortiz. Zoraida Castillo, escorted by her mother, Cristina Duran. Armando Castro, escorted by mother, Cynthia Castro, brother, Nathan, sister, Bianca, grandfather, Jerry Latigo, and grandmother, Janie Latigo. Brianna Cavazos, escorted by her parents, Juan and Roxanne Pacheco, and sisters, Natalie and Mandy. Cavazos. Angelica Cerda, escorted by her mother, Sandra Cerda, and sister, Carolina. Joshua Chides, escorted by Rocio Chides, Aurelio, Galilei, and Joshkin. Jackson. Dante de la Garza, escorted by cousin Rene Hinojosa, brother David de la Garza, and mother Cristina de la Garza. Vanessa Garcia, escorted by her mother Marta, father Juan Martinez, sister Michelle Garcia, and sister Kimberly Martinez. Cassandra Ibeth Góngora, escorted by her parents, Dayanira and Rogelio Góngora. Georgie Gonzalez, escorted by her mom, Pauline Puente, and father, George Gonzalez, and sister, Jody Gonzalez. Joseph Guerra, escorted by Imelda and Joseph Guerra. Neida Gutierrez, escorted by her parents, Nancy and George Gutierrez, and brother and sister, George and Daphne. Melanie B. Lamas, escorted by her mother, Cristina Lopez, and stepfather, Julian Ansaldua. Elian Lopez, escorted by his parents, Esmeralda and Eugenio Lopez. Roxana Lopez, escorted by her parents, Blanca and Pedro Lopez, and brother Luis. Valerie Lopez, escorted by her parents, Sonia and Julio Lopez, and brother and sisters, JC and Victoria Lopez. Kathleen Mancha, escorted by her parents, Cassandra and Mark Mancha, and sister and cousin, Cassidy and Guadalupe Ortiz. Maria Medrano, escorted by Sandra McFadden. Victoria Mena, escorted by her parents, Adelia and Ramon Mena, and sister Amanda. Valeria Montemayor, escorted by her parents, Marisela and Hector Montemayor, and brother and sisters, Stephanie, Hector Jr., and Marlene Montemayor. Miranda Ocañas, escorted by Gina Garza, her mother, and sisters and cousin, Starlet Nevea Ocañas and Sky Garza. Jose Ochoa, escorted by Maybell Pineda. Isaiah Paredes, escorted by his grandmother, Rafaela Contreras. Jasmine N. Peña, escorted by her father, Faustino Peña, and brother and sister, Michael, Gabriel, Rafael, and Catherine. Giselle Quintanilla, escorted by her parents, Sylvia and Ricardo Quintanilla, and sister, Gabby. Lori Rodriguez, escorted by Gracie Rodriguez, her mother, and U.S. Marine Corps veterans Juan Rodriguez, her father, and brother Trey. Paul Rodriguez, escorted by his father, Polo Rodriguez. And Rolando Zamora, escorted by his mother, Esmeralda Zamora, niece Nelani, and Brenda Zamora, his sister. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, help me thank our parents by giving them a warm Wildcat salute. Their tireless hours of watching after their children, encouraging the arts, is what makes this program possible, and such a great program it is. We also would like to extend good luck to the Wildcat Regiment, as this year is a state advancing year, and their show Persephone is something to look forward to.
Out here, I'll play, I'll work. Let's go, baby.
Pass caught by Ramsey Vasquez.
I got my fans in the stands, my team on my back, my family in my heart. I put my city on the map. After all this hard work, I'd be telling you a lie if I said it didn't hurt.
Up the field, and he's hit hard, and he is denied.
There you go, Wildcats. You're going to play Wesco East, be ready to play hard.
Wildcats. 3, 2. Well, good evening and welcome to Bobby Lackey Stadium for Friday night action. It is the home opener for your Weslaco East Wildcats. I am Joe Aguilar, joined none other by the coach, Coach Rock, bringing you all the action from the home opener of the Weslaco East Wildcats. Tonight's ballgame, of course, is a rematch of last year's second-round playoff match. You heard Carlos, you heard Mike talk about this on the pregame show. The Weslaco East Wildcats traveled up to Laredo where they took on Alexander. Alexander had a 10-7 halftime lead, but in the third quarter, the Wildcats just took over and they just coasted on to victory. Of course, then third round hit up with their nemesis, Cibolo Steel. The Bulldogs are coming up an impressive win over Alice last week, 22-6, and Weslaco East suffered a 26-21 heartbreak loss up in San Antonio against the Maynard Mustangs.
I guarantee you, they did, but if Wesco East tonight can start off exactly where they left off in the second half of of the game last week in Alamo Stadium, you watch out, because they started dominating up front. They started flexing their muscles up front with their offensive line and the things they were doing, and they stayed in that game and fought tooth and nail with a pretty good Maynard team. All right, so tonight, all right, it's a Wildcat night. Again, like you just said, it's a home opener for these guys. I know they've worked extremely hard. They're going to work hard for their coaching staff tonight, and for their team and for their town. All right, Wesco East, East Side, strong side, baby. Let's get this one rolling.
Ramsey Vasquez, Jr.
Randy Cardosa, Jr.
Felix Vargas, Jr.
Josh Gonzalez, Jr.
Daniel Posadas, Sr.
Pablo Ibanez, Jr.
Orlando Cabrera, Sr.
Alexis Hill, Sr.
Christian Campos, Sr.
Pedro Posadas, Sophomore.
Brian Trevino, Sr.
It was Ramsey Vasquez with the return, then tossing it over to Andy Delgado. Andy Delgado had some blockers in front of him and just followed them and ran up the sideline in front of the Alexander bench, knocked out of bounds inside the Alexander territory at the 47-yard line. So the Wesco East Wildcats will begin their first possession right here at home in excellent field position.
That's a throwback play on the kickoff return. A tremendous play. They've been doing that for many years and that kind of stuff, but it worked tonight to perfection.
Well, we got Ramsey Vasquez in at quarterback, under center, Randy Cardosa in the backfield with him. He's going to keep it, the quarterback, Ramsey Vasquez, and he's got nowhere to run. Randy Cardosa leading the way, but that Bulldog defense not allowing much room.
Not much there, but they ran a little zone follow play right there. All right, but hey, it's coming. They're setting something up perfect right now, but good job. All right, up front to the defensive line for the Alexander Bulldogs.
Same formation for the Wildcats. Want to remind you that we are live on Facebook, audio only, due to the fact that it is Friday night. And so we cannot stream live video. However, the video will be available 1 hour after the game is over. We do have some flags on that play. It's going to be a false start against the Wildcats.
Yeah, they had a little motion there to a Y stack, and from there
by the offense. That penalty is declined. Third down.
They ran a little jet sweep action there, ran the jet sweep. Their corner came off their block and made a big tackle there. So sets up a 3rd and long. Let's see where the Wildcats go from here.
Well, they're sending in new personnel to get onto the field. We got Ramsey Vasquez in at quarterback. This time he will not be under center. He'll be in the shotgun. He's got Randy Cardosa off to his left. Remember, last week they didn't even attempt a pass, so we'll see what they do now. And whistles real quick.
Looks like I got a timeout by Alexander.
Timeout. Alexander, they're first.
Well, they're taking a timeout on the field. Let's talk a little bit about these two ball clubs. You know, last week, of course, Alexander won. Alexander coming off a pretty good season last year. Of course, their season was ended by the Wildcats. However, they are bringing back a lot of their team, just like the Wildcats are. The only difference is they're bringing back a lot of skill position players as well. They're bringing back their 2 quarterbacks, Matthew Connor, along with Junior Rodriguez. Matthew Connor being their first guy. Junior Rodriguez being shuffled in there quite a bit throughout the game. They're also bringing back their running back, Camilo Pedraza, and their go-to receiver, Albert Laurel Jr. Last week, Camilo Pedraza rushed for 84 yards on 16 carries, including a touchdown. Laurel had 5 catches, 105 yards, and a touchdown. And Connor threw for 184 yards and 2 scores. So here we go. We're going to repeat. We're going to have 3rd down. I'm sorry, because that was a timeout. And we've got some whistles blowing quickly. There was some confusion on the field.
Something's going on.
The ball was snapped prior to being made ready for play. We will replay 3rd down.
So there was the confusion. The ball was snapped. It wasn't officially set by the referees, so they weren't officially started. So here we go. Now there's the whistle. Now we are underway. 3rd down and 10. Ramsey Vasquez takes the direct snap. He's running off to the left. He's going to make the turn, and he's going to get about 3 or 4 yards. And he's hit by a few of the Bulldogs, but we do have a flag on the play again.
We do. We got a flag down. Looks like we're doing Westco East did a sprint keep there. Picked up about 2 or 3 yards right there, but it looks like there's a flag down. See what's going on here.
Want to send a big shout out to the Weslaco High School girls basketball coach.
On the offense,
Coach Griselda Fino is listening on Facebook Live. Just want to remind you, because we've got people asking where the video is. It is Friday night, so therefore UIL does not permit us to stream live video. So you're getting the audio only. We will have the video up on YouTube immediately, an hour after the ball game. So the penalty is against the Wildcat. It is declined, and so that'll bring up a 4th down situation for the Wildcats. So they are going to send in their punt unit, and on the punt is Ramsey Vasquez.
Yeah, exactly. Ramsey's back here. Going to take the snap. Here he goes. Again, a rugby-style kick going down to about, nice kick, inside the 20. So that's where Alexander will start off with the football their first time. And here comes our Wildcat defense on the field. All right, last week they did a good job of stripping the ball against Maynard, getting some turnovers, this type of thing. So hopefully we'll get the same results tonight. Just right outside the 20, about the 15-yard line.
Yes, the Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10. Looks like the ball is going to be spotted just outside the 15-yard line. First possession for the Alexander Bulldogs. We are early on in the game. No score yet with 10:31 to go here in the first quarter. It is Matthew Connor, the quarterback. He's got a lone running back in the backfield with him. He's got 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Play action. He's in the pocket. He gets rid of the ball, and it is caught by Alex Ali. A great way to start the game by the Bulldogs. A big play, almost 30 yards on that play to the 43-yard line. Quick, no-huddle offense for the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line, but they've got to hold up because the chain crew isn't there just yet.
Not just yet. Yeah, they ran a good seam route there and got in between the coverage, and good job of, getting the pass to the receiver and, moving the chains. Good job right there by the Alexander Bulldogs.
Carlos Canales in the backfield with the quarterback, Connor. He's got 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Play action. Little bubble screen over here to his left to Ali again. And this time the Wildcats are quick to the football.
Yeah, good job by number 20 for the Wildcats. for Jordan Velasquez coming off the block, and you made a big stop there. And then the corner came off and helped clean it up. So good job there. A little bubble screen by Alexander, but a great job by the defense.
So no gain on that play. They'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Ball resting at their own 43-yard line. This time they got one receiver to the left. They're going to send a guy in motion. 3 up linemen for the Wildcats. And it is a quick handoff to Carlos Canales. Carlos Canales being very patient with his running. Gets behind a few blockers. Going to pick up about 7 yards on that play to midfield. Bring up a 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, Alexander ran the stretch zone play, outside zone play, and, hit a seam and busted and got a good 7-8 yards there before our defenders can get there. Secondary came up and made the stop. But, pretty good job on their outside zone.
So 3rd down and 3 for the Bulldogs. They're going to send a guy in motion to the right. Canales, the quarterback. Connor, looking for a receiver, and he's got Ali again on a quick out. And Ali running a great pattern, knowing that he's got 3 yards to go, and he runs a 4-yard pattern.
Exactly. Just a little quick out, little sprint out to the left by the quarterback. Quarterback threw it. Good timing pattern, good timing pass. And there's your reception. 1st down. Bulldogs. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Moving the ball. They started this drive at their own 15-yard line. Now they're on the 45 of the Wildcats. 1st and 10 with 8 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Motion man for the Bulldogs. Connor set. He's going to hand the ball off to Camilo Pedraza. Camilo looking for some room, but he does not find any, and he's hit by at least 3 different Wildcats after a 2-yard gain. Yeah, with that little motion and stuff, you can see what they're doing. They're trying to get that blocker over there. And for us, we did a tremendous job coming off. Jared Burnas did a great job of coming off the ball and made a great stop there for the Wildcats. But that's that outside stretch play again by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, 2nd down and 8 for the Bulldogs. Connor looking over the defense, barking out some signals. Making sure he's got what he needs. Play action. He's got a receiver out to the right side of the field. It is caught by Albert Laurel, and that's going to be good for about 10 yards, and that's going to be another Bulldog 1st down. The Bulldog moving the ball down the field here in the opening drive.
They looked very impressive right there. They just did an outside stop, came back, comeback route, and 10 yards. The quarterback's spot on right now. He's throwing the ball real well. Receivers are obviously running good patterns and stuff, so they're getting the ball to them. And, we just got to get some pressure on the quarterback, but everything's real fast here with this quarterback. Their whole offense is predicated on getting the ball out fast, so I can see that right now.
Well, the Wildcats, speaking of pressure, only rushing 3. Handoff made quickly to Pedraza, and Pedraza is hit at the line of scrimmage, and they may give him 1 foot.
Yeah, good job by the linebackers. Good job up front. They did a little inside zone right there, and that's really the first time I've seen him run straight at Weslaco East. But obviously Freddie Cardenas and that crew came up and did a great job of stopping that play.
Last night, the Weslaco Panthers won big over Ed Chelsea. Guy that came up huge in that game, of course, was Mr. Noriega, and his dad, Pete Noriega, is watching, or listening rather, on Facebook Live. Thank you guys so much for chiming in. No video because UIL doesn't permit it. So here we go. 2nd down and 9 for the Bulldogs. Connor rolling out to his left, looking for a receiver to the right. It's on its way, and it is broken up. Great defensive play there by Freddie Cardenas. He was one of the guys back there, the linebacker, and the safety. I couldn't see who it was. But a great job there by the secondary and the linebacking crew of the Wildcats.
Yeah, that was their free safety back there, and that's his job, to go back there. He's got to stay deep and, break up passes and stuff like that. So he did a good job. That's Hector Muniz. All right, so he did a tremendous job of breaking up that pass.
Incomplete pass brings up a 3rd down and 9 for the Bulldogs. Connor this time will roll out to his right. Has some time. Looking for a receiver. Pumps. Now he finally gets rid of the ball, and he's got a receiver who ran a very smart pattern coming back. and that is going to be Albert Laudel as well. And he knew where the sticks were. He knew how many yards he needed for the first down, and he got them. So the chains will move again for the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 22-yard line. Still no score here midway through the first quarter. The Wildcats had the ball first, weren't able to do much, had to punt it away. The Bulldogs got the ball, and on their opening drive started at the 15 and are marching down the field. 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 22-yard line. Less than 6 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Handoff to Pedraza. He's got a little bit of room, then runs into his own guy at the 20-yard line. So that's going to be a pickup of 2 yards for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the defense really converged on the ball really well that time. All right, and got there again. Another inside zone. Probably looked like a power. Looked like the guard pulled a little bit there. So good job up front. Not getting their offensive line didn't get any movement on our D line, and D line came up, and our linebackers did a good job stopping the play.
So here we go, 2nd down and 8. Bulldogs marching down the field. Connor looking to his left, nowhere to go. And then the pressure gets to him, and that's going to be a sack.
Yes, sir.
Good job there by the Wildcats.
Yeah, that's great pressure. Good job of collapsing the pocket on the quarterback. And, tremendous job there by our defense, getting a good sack. As far as that goes, so that's a big play for us right here. Now it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 7 from the 21-yard. I'm sorry, 3rd down and 9 from the 21-yard line. Connor, the quarterback. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Pedraza in the backfield. Quick pass out to his right, and that pass is a little low and a little outside. The intended receiver, Jeremiah Diaz, that is now going to bring up a 4th down for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, now we got them where we want them right now, because now, hey, they got 4th and long. What we need to do right now is get in there, get a big stop right here, get the ball back to our offense, and get marching down the field. All right, defense bend a little bit. Let's not break. Let's go out there and, hey, let's get a big stop. Let's go, Wildcats.
Bulldogs line up to go for it. They're going to have the same formation. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Albert Laudel is split wide to the right, and Connor rolls to his right, looking to the middle of the field, and it's going to be picked off by Ramsey Vasquez. Ramsey Vasquez playing center field in the end zone, and he just moves on that ball, gets up there, grabs it, and he brings it out to the 11-yard line, where the Wildcats will begin their 2nd possession of the night. That is the 3rd turnover caused by the Wildcat defense this season.
That's awesome. That's a good job of him seeing the pass coming, got up high, picked it up. All right, takes a little hit there from an offensive lineman, but hey, he bounced right off the field. Here he comes. Now he's what? Now he's going to quarterback. Now he's good. Hey, now let's lead him down, Ramsey. Let's get a touchdown, baby. Let's go.
So here we go. The Wildcats, after the interception by Ramsey Vasquez, will begin their 2nd possession of the night at their own 11-yard line. Power I.
Ramsey Vasquez, Jr. Randy Cardosa, Jr.
Felix Vargas, Jr. Josh Gonzalez, Jr.
Daniel Posadas, Sr. Pablo Ibanez, Jr.
Orlando Cabrera, Sr. Alexis Hill, Sr.
Christian Campos, Sr.
Pedro Posadas, Sophomore.
Brian Trevino, Sr.
On the carry, number 2, Josh Gonzalez. Defensively, number 34, Marcos Saliba.
about a 2-yard gain at the 15-yard line, and that's going to bring up a 4th down situation for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Alexander's doing a great job of penetrating. All right, they're getting underneath our offensive line right now. Their D-line is getting underneath us. They're getting up the field. They're penetrating and stopping our runs before they can get going. So, I mean, we got to do a little bit better job up front, getting them rooted out of there, getting on a block, and getting some movement on Alexander up front so we can move the ball. But, you know, take it to the, the Bulldog defense. They did a good job of stopping us there.
Vasquez on the punt. Laredo back deep to return this one. And it is blocked by the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs will recover at the 3-yard line of the Wildcats. And it looks like Marco Saldivar was in there to block that punt.
Yeah, Marcus, it looked like he had a clean shot all the way to the punter, to Ramsey. Got his hand up, blocked it. Big play for the Bulldogs.
So the Bulldogs will take over at the Wildcat 3-yard line after the punt block.
So this is where we got to have a big defensive stand right now. We got to buckle down here tight. All right, and get a stop. Let's get a stop right here. We need a big goal line stance right here.
Looks like a Wildcat formation brought on by the Bulldogs as it was a direct snap to Justin Hulson. And he's going to take the snap and run right behind his big left tackle into the end zone for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's a kind of a read zone play. It's called Cheeto. All right, that's what they call that. They fake the jet sweep. The quarterback comes across, holds it, and takes it in.
So with 2:01 to go here in the first quarter, it is the Bulldogs 6, the Wildcats 0. On to attempt the extra point is the guy that blocked the punt just a little while ago, Marco Saldivar. Good snap, good hold, kick is up, and the kick is good. I'm sorry, it is not Saldivar, it is Sebastian Brenis with the extra point, and that is good. So with 2:01 to go here in the opening quarter. It is the Laredo Alexander Bulldogs 7, your Weslaco East Wildcats 0. You are enjoying Wildcat football right here on K-West. We'll be right back. Here we go, going back. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Bobby Lackey Stadium. K-West bringing you the home opener of your Weslaco East Wildcats. I am Joe Aguilar, joined by Coach Rock, bringing you all the action here tonight. The Laredo Alexander Bulldogs traveling south to take on the Weslaco East Wildcats. They lead 7-0 after Hulson takes it in for a 3-yard touchdown run after a block of a punt.
Exactly. You know, our defense had stopped them earlier, and we got the ball back. Again, we weren't able to move. We weren't able to move the football very well. Then we had a punt deep down there. They came down, blocked the punt, got a short field, and there you go. Touchdown.
Ramsey takes it at the 2, looking for some blockers. Has a few. He's at the 30, still on his feet. Makes a spin move out to about the 35-yard line, where he's finally brought down. And that's a name that we have said a lot here in the opening quarter, Ramsey Vasquez.
Yeah, he's got a great heart. That kid plays extremely hard. You know, you're going to see him. He's on everything. He's on kickoff team. He's a punter. You know, he plays in the secondary. He's a free safety. He's the quarterback. Ramsey does a lot for this football team. Obviously, he's a tremendous athlete and a tremendous young man. So, you know, I pick my hat off to him. You guys got a lot of fighting spirit about him. So now we got to put together, get a long drive here, get the points back on the board for the Wildcats, and let's go.
Well, Ramsey led all rushers last week with 73 yards and 2 TDs. Quick handoff to Cardosa. Cardosa right behind the left side of the line, going to pick up 3 yards.
Little fullback dive there, a dive play there, picked up about 3 yards. Got some movement, got a little bit of movement. Just got to, up front, we just got to stay on our blocks a little bit longer. Just fight a little bit harder. You know, that's something we tell kids all the time. I've been an O-line coach for many, many years. You say, what do you got to do, Coach? Well, you're staying on your block. Boy, they're coming off of you. Move your feet. Yeah, you understand it? Move your feet, fellas. Get up there and let's get them moved off the ball.
I formation for the Wildcats. A toss is made to Gonzalez, and it looked like the safety came up quick and met him behind the line of scrimmage because he's going to lose a yard on that play, and they'll bring up a 3rd down and 8.
Absolutely. You know, that's one thing that, you know, East has always been known to be able to run the toss and run it very well. All right, and a lot of people see it, and they know that. All right, they start creeping them safeties up little by little closer each and every play because they want to stop that, because that's a big run. You know, when you get outside and get the toss going, and you get going, a lot of big yardage comes. That's really, you know, a lot of people, well, why don't they pass the ball a little bit more and that kind of stuff? Well, they're big plays to toss. It really is. You know, it's almost like a pass play to them and to East. It looks like East is going to take a timeout now.
Well, the Weslaco East Wildcats are going to take a timeout, and we're going to take one with them. You're enjoying high school football right here in your home for Wildcat football, K-West. We'll be right back.
Before David Lozano started practicing law, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. He participated in UIL athletics. He was a regional qualifier. He earned college credits through the dual enrollment program. After high school, he attended the University of Texas before graduating from St. Mary's School of Law. Now he helps people in need as an attorney. WISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For David Lozano, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Lackey Stadium right here in Weslaco, Texas. K-West bringing you Friday Night Lights. Wildcats taking on the Alexander Bulldogs. Alexander leading 7-0. 35 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. I am Joe Aguilar, joined by Coach Rock, bringing you all the action for the Wildcats this year. 3rd down and 8 for the Wildcats. 2 receivers right to the left. Cardoza in the block. Ramsey looking for a receiver, and it is incomplete, just a little too high. And I'm sorry, that was not Ramsey in at quarterback. They brought in Cedeno, it looks like, to quarterback, a young man that they were high on. We didn't expect to see him tonight because the intended receiver was Ramsey Vasquez.
Exactly. Ramsey just ran the curl route. It was just a little bit high for him. All right, if he gets that ball down, Ramsey's going to catch that ball, and it's going to be a 1st down. But here we are. Now we got to punt again. So this time, let's sure up our blocking. And yeah, you see,
and a fake on by Ramsey, and here was nowhere for him to go. I think that was a read all the way. And because they do that rugby-style punting,
right,
he makes the decision on whether or not he should go. And he sees that big hole there, but quickly the Alexander Bulldogs knew to key on Ramsey.
Sure, they fell back off their rush, and you know, and made a big play on Ramsey there. So here we are. We're giving them good field position. So defense got to come up big right now.
So after the stoppage, Laredo Alexander will take over on the East 37-yard line. We've got 24 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Alexander will send 3 receivers to the right. Connor is the quarterback. And he's going to make the handoff to Pedraza, and Pedraza has really nowhere to go, but they are going to give him a yard on that play, bringing up a 2nd down and 9. And it looks like we are going to go to the second quarter because we've got 10 seconds on the clock, and Laredo is going to turn around and go ahead and head that way.
Yeah.
Well,
go ahead.
Yeah, great opening quarter by the Wildcats. Did a great job with the exception of the punt block.
Exactly. You know, that's the thing about high school football, about playing the game of football anyway. There's 3 phases to this game. You know, you got to be able to, you control the ball offensively, score points. You got to be able to stop people defensively. But, man, you have to play great special teams. And it's so intricate because, you know, from your punt, if you're going to punt the ball, people come through, block kicks, that kind of stuff. It sets up great field position for them. It sets up places for, people to score on you and stuff. So you got to do a great job on all 3 phases to win this game. All right, it's just not something, you just can't have a great offense, a great defense. You got to be sound everywhere in the whole team. So here we go. Defense got to come up and, again, make a big stop. They did a good job stopping the inside zone right here. Looks like they're trying to set up some RPO, some run-pass option stuff. I'm starting to see some things that Alexander's doing.
And they're the same formation, 3 receivers to the right. They're going to have Pedraza stay in the block. Connor rolls out to the right, and it's a quick pass to Jeremiah Diaz. Just a quick run and stop pass. and that's gonna be good for about 8 yards. It's gonna be short of the first down from my angle.
Yeah, it's a little bit short, and what I'm seeing too, I mean, this is what they love to do. They love to sprint out. I've already seen it. When you take a high school football team, you take high school quarterbacks, you sprint out. They got 1/3 of the field which they have to read, which is a whole lot better than reading the whole field when you drop back. So again, and it's a fast timing type pass patterns, and they're doing a great job executing that.
Same formation, they flip it, and they're going to say it's enough for a first down. One thing that we have noticed is that the Bulldogs doing a great job with the receivers. Handoff to Pedraza's got some running room on the right, inside the 20, finally tripped up at about the 17-yard line. That looks like it's going to be another Alexander first down. What I was about to say before that play started was that Alexander's doing a great job of field knowledge with the receivers, because they know where the sticks are, they know where to go, and they know where to stop.
Yeah, it looks like those guys have worked a lot together. All right, I'm sure all summer long through 7-on-7 and everything that they do with quarterbacks and receivers, they're on the same page each other. Right there, they did a little bounce play, got outside, picked up some big yardage. Again, trying to do the same thing, but not this time.
Yeah, this time Pedraza is met by a host of Wildcats there at the line and has nowhere to go, so no gain on that play. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Ball is going to be spotted at the Wildcat 17-yard line. We are underway in the second quarter, 10:45 to go.
Yeah, it started up front with big Jacob Banda. He did a great job of, controlling the offensive tackle and making the guy come back inside.
2 receivers right, 2 to the left for the Bulldogs. Pedraza in the backfield with Connor, the quarterback. Snap is away. He's going to roll out to his right, looking for a receiver in the end zone. No one there. He's going to tuck it and run, and he's going to slide at about the 11-yard line, because there were some Wildcats already on their way to converge on that quarterback.
Yeah, they were in hot pursuit. They did a good job of stretching the play out. Our defensive ends did a good job. We did it. We didn't overrun it, but the quarterback saw a little opening back inside, but our linebackers came in and did a good job inside out and made a great play and a great stop.
Well, that's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 6 for the Bulldogs. Same offensive formation, 2 receivers right, 2 left. Pedraza in the backfield. This time Connor rolls to his right. Nowhere to throw the ball, looking to make something happen, and he is knocked out of bounds. Great job there by Jacob Banda on the pursuit and just nudging him out of bounds.
Absolutely. That young man has a motor. He really gets after it each and every time. So I'm going to credit that to the secondary. Great coverage. All right. All the kids back there did a great job. All right. Hector Muñiz, all of them, our corners, just did a tremendous job. Obviously, Ramsey, kids stayed on the receivers that time. Quarterback had no place to go. Now they got to try to kick a field goal.
They're sending on the field goal unit. It's going to be a 29-yard field goal. Snap is good. Hold is good. The kick is long enough, and it is good. Sebastian Bremis with a 29-yard field goal to extend the Bulldog lead to 10. So with 9:37 to go here in the first half, it is now the Laredo Alexander Bulldogs 10, your Weslaco East Wildcats 0. You're enjoying high school football right here in your home for Wildcat Sports. K-West, we'll be right back.
Before Clarissa Renteria was a dentist, she was a student at Weslaco ISD. She was a cheerleader, played softball, and started college early through the dual enrollment program. She graduated from UTPA before earning her degree from the University of Texas School of Dentistry in Houston. Now she is Dr. Renteria, creating beautiful smiles at Professional Dental Group. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Dr. Clarissa Renteria, WISD was the right choice.
It's now time for the Chick-fil-A section giveaway. A row of seats and one lucky section will win a treat from Chick-fil-A. So show us your spirit. Who's going to be the lucky winners? Who's the section? Let's see some excitement. Let's see someone dance with that cow. Looks like it.
37 to go here in the opening half. I am Joe Aguilar, joined by Coach Rock bringing you all the action right here from Bobby Lackey Stadium.
Now it's time for the Wildcats to respond with a drive of their own. Let's go down there and let's get a touchdown. Let's get some points on the board.
Kickoff is away. It is fielded at the 10 by Ramsey Vasquez, and he's going to return this one out to the 30, where they'll begin offense once again.
Yeah, here comes the Wildcat offense back on the field. All right. Obviously, you know, the last series we saw that Cedeno came in and started and played some quarterback, and they had Ramsey back out in the receiver. Let's see what they're going to start with this series. All right, but the biggest thing is up front, man. We got to start controlling the D line right now and getting some movement, because a lot of times they've been getting underneath us a lot and get a lot of penetration and stopping what we're doing. But looks like
it's going to be Ramsey Vasquez in the shotgun. He's got a line up on the right side of the field, and it's going to be handed off to Josh Gonzalez right behind the center, and that's going to be good for 3 yards out to the 33-yard line, bringing up a 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, good job there. We got a good hole right there. Got a good opening. We got a good job here by our left tackle. Did a good job of opening up the defensive end and opening up a hole for Josh to run into.
So here we go, empty backfield for Vasquez. Takes a snap, going to run right behind his right side. About 3 more yards on that carry, over the 35 to the 36-yard line, bringing up a 3rd down and about 4.
Yeah, just a regular quarterback blast play to the right side. One of the bread and butter plays that Wildcats like to run. All right, as far as that goes, it's just man-on-man blocking, that type of thing. So as long as they, we get a hat on each of these defenders and get some movement, we'll get some yardage here and get the ball going.
Toss
again.
Is made to
Guerrero. Knew it was coming.
And knew it was coming. A little trickery there. Great job by Gio is what they call him. He takes this pitch from the quarterback, Ramsey Vasquez, and throws it down the field to Daniel Posadas, and that's a great catch on the sideline.
Exactly what I told you earlier about safeties starting to creep up and stuff. They've been making the plays and stuff on the toss. Here comes the toss pass. Excellent call, excellent execution by the offense. All right, and that should be a big shot in the arm for the Wildcats. So here they can come. All right, and let's continue this drive and let's get some points on the board. Good job. Got a flag down.
We've got motion on the Wildcats.
Flag on the field of play.
Ball start. Number 82 on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
Yeah,
that was a different formation there from the Wildcats.
It was, that type of thing. But like anything, just gotta, up front and stuff. A lot of kids and stuff. And like I said, I've been coaching line for a long time. They got a lot of things that they got to think of in a fast time, that kind of stuff. But snap count's the first thing, so they got to remember the snap count, stay on side, and that way we can execute the play.
Well, after the big play, 5-yard penalty, 1st and 15, Ramsey Vasquez, quarterback's going to keep it, run behind the right side, and pick up only about 1 yard on that play.
Yeah, he again, not a lot of movement on that play up front. So obviously their defense came up and made a big stop. All right, their linebackers fill the hole really quick. Alexander is really quick on defense that I've seen. All right, and they're playing really tough. Their D line is tough, just pretty much like our defensive line. There's not much. It's not easy to move. Those kids really do a good job of getting their hands on the offensive linemen and keeping staying on the line of scrimmage and securing the line of scrimmage. When you do that, your linebackers are going to make a lot of plays during the game.
2nd down and 14, and some confusion on the field.
Weslaco East.
The Wildcats trying to change up personnel and getting different people on the field, and it didn't look like they had everything just quite right. And with a 2nd and 14, they weren't willing to burn a play.
Now, when you see that happen, the coaches are seeing something that they want to correct real quick. All right, so that's basically what's happening there. When anytime you're about to run a play, you see a timeout coming. There's something that they see that the defense is doing that they want to change. Obviously, they got a play call they don't feel will be putting the kids in the best situation to be successful. So, they're going to come out, they're going to call something else, they're going to see something. All right, hopefully that's going to be a big play for them.
Well, we're going to see a 2nd and 14 for the Wildcats from the Bulldog 41-yard line. We've got 7:19 to go here in the opening half, and it's Laredo 10, Weslaco East 0. We'll see what the Wildcats have going on here as they continue this drive.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. Now it looks like Ramsey's on the center. All right. Still, they got their doubles look. One back.
And this time Laredo's going to call a timeout. And since they're going to call a timeout on the field, we're going to go ahead and take one with them as well. You're enjoying Wildcat football right here on your home for sports and education, K-West.
And your Laredo needs.
Welcome back to Bobby Lackey Stadium. After swapping timeouts, we're going to look at 2nd down and 14 for the Wildcats. Ramsey Vasquez under center. Different formations that we've seen every time they come back from the timeouts. And this time it's going to be a handoff made quickly to Cardoza, and he's going to get to about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, we're having a hard time getting the linebacker level and stuff. Their D-line, like I said, is really staying low, playing low, and doing a great job because, you know, we're having a hard time getting those guys off the ball, and then linebackers are coming and making big plays.
3rd down and 14 for the Wildcats. Ball resting at the 40-yard line of the Bulldogs. They're going to bring in Cedeno at quarterback. Cardoza is going to be in the backfield with him. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 3rd down play for the Wildcats. Cedeno looking. Ball is on its way, and we've got some flags. Their defenders broke to the ball too early, and on their break took Ramsey with them.
Absolutely. So that should be a 1st down right here. So that's a tremendous job right there by Ramsey going up. That kind of stuff. Defender got there. The ball wasn't there yet. So good. You know, this should be very positive for
the defense, number
the
5.
Wildcats.
The ball be placed at the spot of the foul. It carries an automatic 1st down.
So another 1st down for the Wildcats. So this drive stays alive. Ball is going to be spotted at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, this is usually where, you know, hey, we tell the kids, you know, right now, hey, can you smell the end zone? Here we go, right now. All right, you're getting close to where you're getting into the red zone. They like to call the green zone and all this kind of stuff this year. But here it is. We're getting close to the red zone. All right, it's time to, hey, marched in here, and let's get some points on the board.
Power I for the Wildcats. Handoff to Josh Gonzalez, and he's going to get to about the line of scrimmage, if at that.
Yeah, their D lineman right there. I guess it's number 84. I think that's his number, or 94 up front. Man, he did a great job of penetrating and, you know, stopping the play.
They've got 6 guys on the line of scrimmage, the Bulldogs do. Power I left for the Wildcats, and it's going to be a quarterback sneak by Ramsey, and Ramsey doing a good job right behind his right guard and the center, and that pile was moving, and Vasquez is going to pick up 3 yards on that play.
That's right. We did a lot of that last week, and this is typical, you know, Weslaco East offense and stuff, so you got to come off the ball, and you got to move people. There, we finally got some movement up front, and Ramsey was able to get behind all those big kids and get some good yardage there. So that was a tremendous job up front. That's what we're looking for. Each and every play, we have to get some movement on these guys, all right, and start wearing the defensive down.
Yeah, Cristian Campos doing a real good job of leading the charge there for that quarterback sneak for Vasquez. Vasquez this time is not under center, man in motion. He's going to keep it run right behind the same right side of the line and bouncing his way beyond the 25 to about the 23-yard line, and they're going to be about 5 yards shy of the first down.
Yeah, just coming up a little bit short, but here we go. They're still in the area here. It could be 4th down, but we got 4th and 5. All we got to do is, hey, 5 yards. That's what the kids are looking for right now. All right, hey, we've got to get 5 yards. We got to go out and get it done. All right, and that's what it's about. If you want to score, you want to move the football, it's 5 yards that you need, and that's what the Wildcats have in front of them.
They spread it out this time. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Cardosa in the backfield. He's going to stay to block. Ramsey with the pass attempt, and it's going to be short. I'm sorry, they brought in Cedeno, and the attempted pass was to Ramsey, but that was a little short. So it's going to be an incomplete pass, so the ball's going to go over on downs to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, exactly, right there. And they had it set up perfectly fine because, again, that's kind of what Alexander was doing. Just a little stop right on the outside, all right, a little comeback. Ramsey was wide open, but the ball was thrown a little bit low and obviously uncatchable. So now the defense has to come in and, hey, we need to stop. Not only that, it'd be nice if we can get the ball on the ground right now.
We've got 4:21 to go here in the opening half. We are in the second quarter. Laredo leads 10-0. Wildcats looked impressive on that drive, but stop at the 23-yard line by the Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs will take over on downs. 1st and 10.
They did.
Connor, play action, drops back, has time. This time he's going to roll out to his left, looking for a receiver. Ball is away, and it is broken up. Great job there by the Wildcats secondary. Jose Serna was out there.
Great job by that young man. It did a tremendous job knocking the ball away. But up front, our defensive end on that side did a tremendous job of keeping the quarterback to the inside, all right, and stretched him down the line and put some pressure on him. So that's a good job by number 97, Robert Torres. A good job out there.
Yeah, Serna and Muñiz back there defensively for the Wildcats, doing a great job. So incomplete pass will bring up a 2nd down and 10. It does stop the clock with 4:18 to go here in the second quarter. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Connor hands the ball off to the only back in the backfield, and that is Seth Peña, and he's trying to stretch it out to the left side, but nowhere to go, and he's going to get to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
That's it. Our kids saw that from the start. I can see our kids up front. They saw the guy going left. Our whole defense was down the line, just right where they need to be, stretching the play out. Linebackers cleaned it up. Freddie came in, made a big tackle. Just a great job, especially up front. To our, my hat's off to the defense guy, from the nose guard to both tackles. They did a tremendous job of stopping that play.
Yeah, correction on that last carry was Nomar Garcia with the carry. This time Connor's going to roll out to his right, looking for a receiver, and it's thrown and it is caught. That play was executed perfectly. Wow. Jeremiah Diaz on the receiving end of that pass found a little hole, and Connor was able to find him.
As soon as they saw pressure coming, I mean, the kid, he extends plays. I can see that already. This kid's a very savvy, experienced quarterback, because he extends plays. He keeps it going, and his eyes are downfield. I can see that from the start, and he sees open receivers, and he puts it there on the money.
Well, the clock is ticking. 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Connor looking over to the sideline. Looks like they're making some adjustments. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Straight drop back pass. It's going to be a little screen to the running back. And it looks like he's got some moves and some room. And Jeremiah Diaz out of the backfield with the reception, picking up about 13 yards on that play to midfield, and that's going to be another Bulldog first down.
Just a little swing pattern out to the running back, that kind of stuff. Something that's, you'll see in the pros, you see in a lot of stuff. That's a big play to most backs and stuff. So that type of thing. We're running, the receivers are running us off. That's where, when we see that, our linebackers got to get out there, and when they see the swing, then come off your patterns and come back and stop that play. But it's just a little old swing pattern.
Same formation, Camilo Pedraza in the backfield. Play action. Connor looking for a receiver, and he's got one. A great catch there by Alex Maldonado.
Yeah, kid, the inside receiver ran a flag pattern. Quarterback put it over his outside shoulder and just laid it right in his lap. Did a good job. up front, we're starting to get some pressure. We're starting to move the pile. We're starting to move up front with our D-line and stuff. But we got to collapse and get to this quarterback and get some pressure on him.
Yeah, Muniz was there, but that pass was just placed where only Maldonado could get it.
Yeah, that quarterback's very impressive for Alexander.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Pressure. But the pocket collapses. Connor is on his way, and he's going to get to the 20-yard line where he's finally stopped.
Yeah, that's the one thing about, passing teams. Right now, instead of their sprint out, looks like they're going more drop back. So when they start doing that, he starts throwing the ball. Now the defense is running up the field, and here comes the quarterback. They're going to start running the ball up the middle with him.
2nd down and 4 from the 20-yard line. Connor trying to throw that little swing pass like they did just a little while ago because he was under pressure, but the running back just wasn't ready for it. Pedraza just had no idea what was going on.
He didn't even turn. He didn't even turn to get to the ball.
Well, I'm watching the replay, and it looks like he lost the ball. Looks like it slipped out of his hand.
It did. That's what I thought too and stuff, because when he got there, it looked like he wanted to throw it and just kind of slipped out of his hand. But that's good for us.
Well, that'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 for the Bulldogs. Ball is at the 23-yard line.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, this is a big time for our team right now, because they've got to get a big stop here. We need it right now, because this is huge at this juncture of the football game and stuff. We got to come up with something big right now defensively. Get a stop, get a strip, do something, get the ball back. All right, so we can get the ball back here, before half and see what we can do. But this is big right now before coming into half.
Yeah, we need a big stop here, preferably a sack to pull him out of field goal range, because Sebastian Brenis, we saw him with the field goal earlier, a 29-yard field goal. It looked like he had another 15 yards.
He did. He's got
on
a leg
that
on
leg.
Yeah, he's got a leg on him.
So from where they're at right now, we're looking at about a 39-yard field goal, and I think he's got enough leg for that.
Yes, he does. So it'd be nice to get a big, get a stop here for, some negative yardage.
So here we go. 3rd down for the Bulldogs. Connor, the quarterback. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Pedraza in the backfield with him. He'll stay back to block. Connor rolls to his right. He's got some pressure, and he evades a sack, but he's able to get rid of the ball. And what a great catch there by Pedraza. Pedraza recognizing the fact that his quarterback is under pressure, so he follows him.
Exactly. Comes in an underneath route and stays with the quarterback, and there, boom, he hits him.
And that's enough for a 1st down. So the clock moves because he was brought down in the field of play. Chains move. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line, and they're going to spike the ball to stop the clock because the clock was rolling with 42 seconds to go here in the 2nd quarter. The Alexander Bulldogs leading this one by a score of 10-0. So here we go, 2nd down and 10 from the 17-yard line.
Yeah, we need a big stop here. Come on now, Wildcats, let's go.
Connor looking out to his right. Here's the snap. He rolls to his right, and we've got some flags on the play.
Got a little movement here, probably by the offense.
Prior to the snap, ball start. Number 8 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Good.
And you too can make the right call. Visit the Weslaco Vision.
That helps us right there. Anytime, especially down there, when they're inside the red zone and stuff, you get a 5-yard penalty. It just takes a little bit longer and a little bit harder to get going.
Set the play clock at 25 seconds. Both clocks will start on my signal.
So 40 seconds ago, as you just heard from the referee, as soon as the whistle is blown, 2nd down and 15 for the Bulldogs. Ball is resting at the 22-yard line. If they can't pick up any more yards, we're looking at about a 40-yard field goal.
Yeah, that would be a little bit long for that young man, but I'm going to tell you right now, I still like to see a sack right now. It'd be a good time to dial one up right now.
So here we go, 2nd down and 15. Connor, the quarterback. Twins right, twins left. Rolls to his right. There's some pressure by the Wildcats, and they are able to force him to get rid of the ball when he didn't want to, and it's the All-Stater, Freddie Cardenas.
Freddie Cardenas, here he is, all right, making himself known in this football game. That's a tremendous job by that young man. I saw him coming all the way, and he hit him from the backside, did a good job. Notice when you put pressure on a quarterback, what happens to the football? It flutters. It flutters, because that's what you need. So, our defense is coming alive. We need to continue here. We just got a few seconds left in this half. So if we can come up with another big play right here, get a big stop, all right. And as you can see, going to the next half.
3rd and 10. Connor under pressure again, and this time the Wildcats get to him.
Yes, they do. Great job. This young man had a big game last week.
Carlos Espinosa.
Yeah, he did a good job.
He had a fumble recovery last week.
He had a big game last week, and hey, that's a great job by our defensive guys.
4th down, the last play of the half. Connor takes a snap, looking to air it to the right side. It's up in the air, and it is caught, but it's in the field of play and not in the end zone. So that's a great stop there by the Wildcats. I was about to say a little while ago on the pressure by Freddie Cardenas, that's why he was the 32-6A defensive MVP last year.
Yeah, absolutely. When you make plays like that, all right, that's what's going to happen to you. And he's continuing to make those kind of plays because that kid has a tremendous heart and a tremendous work ethic. I've talked to a lot of coaches about him and stuff. I know there's been a lot read about that, but he's a great young man. He comes every day. All right, he's a true Wildcat. Kid comes in there and he plays hard. All right, and you notice there our defense come alive here, stopped them. It's 10-0. We need to come back in the second half. All right, I know they're gonna have the ball to start the second half, but we're gonna get a big stop in, make some big things happen. Move the football, get down, get some touchdowns, get some points on the board. We're in this football game. We got to continue playing hard. Just like last week, it kind of looked like, the first half, what's going on, that kind of stuff. Played a good football team. Alexander's a good football team, all right? But what do? You keep to, just like I said last week, you keep to the plan of what you're doing. You keep getting after them, you keep hitting them, and keep hitting them, and keep getting after them. Great things will happen. So the Wildcats need to turn it around this second half, come back and play hard, put some points on the board, win this football game.
Well, they did a great job stopping Alexander, keeping him out of the end zone to end the half. They were down last year in the game at halftime as well. It is halftime here at Bobby Lackey Stadium. It is the Laredo Alexander Bulldogs 10, the Weslaco East Wildcats 0. We'll be back with second half action after our halftime performances.
Before Rene Hinojosa became a business executive, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. He participated in UIL academics, designed the original Wildcats logo, was an all-state academic middle linebacker. He then played for the Longhorns, graduating with a business degree from UT. Now he's the Director of Strategic Development at Doctors Hospital at Renaissance. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Rene Hinojosa, WISD was the right choice.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Weslaco East High School is proud to present the Starlets, the brightest shining stars over the skies of the Rio Grande Valley. Tonight, joining us, the Starlets on the field are the Mini Starlets who attended the 2018 Mini Starlets Dance Clinic back in August. Introducing your 2018-2019 Starlet officers, Second Lieutenant Zoe Cruz, First Lieutenant Miranda Ocañas, Co-Captain Roxana Lopez, and Captain Juanita Alvarez. Social Officer for the year is Miss Jaylene Rodriguez. Dancer of the Week is Miss Anahi Perez. And Guard of the Week is Miss Areli Cantu. Tonight, the Starlets and the Mini Starlets will be performing a jazz routine to a hit made famous by Bruno Mars. Here is Treasure.
You are my treasure. You are my treasure. You are my treasure. Give me your attention, baby. I gotta tell you a little something about your soul. Don't wanna let my see you a sexy lady, but you wanna feel like you wanna be someone else. I know that you don't know it, but you're fine, so fine. Fine, so fine. Girl, I'm gonna show you when you're mine, oh mine. Mine, oh mine. Treasure, that is what you are. You're my golden star. You can make my wish come true. If you let me treasure you. You are a treasure. You are a fire. You are a treasure. You are a
I know I'm not supposed to be. No, but like last week. No, this is a recording. Yeah, so I was going to I can't speak that well. No, thank you though. I appreciate that you think I did. You have a good time.
And now, under the field direction of drum majors Victoria Mena, Georgie Gonzalez, and Lori Rodriguez, here is the award-winning Weslaco East High School Wildcat Regiment. Tonight, the regiment will be performing a portion of their 2018 film show entitled Persephone, featuring the music of Holst and Mazursky, including The Planets, Night on Bald Mountain, and Pictures at an Exhibition. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wildcat Regiment proudly presents Persephone.
my fans in the stands, my team on my back, my family in my heart. I put my city on the map. After all this hard work, I'd be telling you a lie if I said it didn't hurt.
Up the field, and he's hit hard, and he is denied.
There you go, Wildcats. If you're going to play Wesco East, be ready to play hard.
Good evening and welcome back to Bobby Lackey Stadium. Your Wildcats are running back onto the field as we get set to kick off the second half. I am Joe Aglad, joined by Coach Rock, and we are just about to get underway here in the third quarter from Bobby Lackey Stadium. The Wildcats trail the Alexander Bulldogs 10-0. It's been a pretty interesting first half of football here. The Bulldogs getting their only touchdown on a 3-yard run by Holson, but of course that was set up after a punt that was blocked. So Alexander showing some offensive fury, but Wesco East defense really keeping them at bay.
They really are. You know, we're still playing really good defense tonight. The big thing is that we got to come back, you know, this second half up front offensively, control the football, get some movement up front, start wearing down that defense and get after and you know, score some points here in the second half. But if we do like we did last week, you know, it was the Wildcats, it was their half last week, you know, in the second half. So, you know, our kids are well conditioned. The coaches do a good job of preparing it. Let's see what happens, you know, the adjustments and stuff. You know, a lot of coaches at halftime and stuff, they see different things. Do we make the right adjustments and stuff like that? That's what we got to do. So, you know, come out the second half, make those adjustments, what we see in the first half, and let's take advantage of it.
Osvaldo Lerma to kick, and we are underway here in the third quarter. It is retrieved at the 5-yard line by,
And your starting lineup is brought
we'll
to you
see
by
who the return man that was there.
Jacob Banda, senior. Roberto Torres, senior.
Emmanuel Ordóñez, senior.
Freddy Cardenas, senior.
Robert Vera, senior.
Joel Longoria, senior.
Carlos Espinosa, senior.
Hector Moniz, junior.
Jose Serna, senior.
Dimas Alvarez, senior.
Breaking, so we'll see if we can keep that same defensive fervor on the field. So here we go. Third quarter is underway. Handoff is made to Carlos Canales, and he's going to take it right off the right side and going to pick up about 6 yards on that play.
Yeah, they ran the inside zone, then the kid cut it back and, you know, found the open hole on the backside, you know, picked up about 6 yards on the football play. That's where our linebackers got to stay home on the backside, plug the hole, all right, play good gap, sound defense, all right, and make those kinds of stops that we need.
They're going to say he picked up 7, so that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 3. Same formation for the Bulldogs.
Here's where they like the little stretch play outside. But no, come back this way, ran the zone again. Great job, great stop by the defense. All right.
And that's what we saw a lot of in the first half, was saw the Bulldogs able to move the ball, and then, of course, the defense of the Wildcats putting a big stop to it. So that, they're going to lose a yard on that play, and they're going to move it back to the 33-yard line, 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, great stop by Jared Bernias, our one of our inside backers, number 40. He plugged the hole real well there, made a big stop. Now we got 3rd and about 5, maybe 4 yards to go. We need to, you know, stop them right here and make them punt the ball to us.
3 on the line, and they will rush 3, and they're going to bring in a linebacker as well. The quarterback, Connor, doing a great job finding his open receiver out here on the right, Albert Laurel, and that's going to be another Bulldog first down.
I'm telling you, man, they run this stop pattern out here for about 10 yards. They've been doing that. They did that last half. Here they are back again doing it this half. We're playing off on these guys a little bit. So those underneath routes and stuff are open. These outside comeback routes are open. Their receiver does a good job of stuttering, coming back and getting and the quarterback puts it right there on the money. We're doing a good job tackling. They're not breaking tackles and getting long runs on us. They're just dinking us little by little. All right, but we got to put some pressure on the quarterback.
So here we go. This time they're going to send 2 receivers to the right. Little read option play. They're going to hand off to the running back, Pedraza, and they're going to hit him at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Good job there.
Yeah, great job at 21. Our outside linebacker, Joel Longoria, he had a big game last week. They ran that outside stretch play, right there for a 1-yard loss. So that's a great job by the defense. Great job of Mr. Longoria coming up and making a big play.
So they're going to switch some of their players. They're going to bring in big number 45, Milkosh Gonzalez, to join Connor in the backfield.
Yeah, I saw him warming up a lot in the backfield and stuff, so he's a big kid.
Fake the handoff to him, and Connor's going to run right behind him. Breaks a tackle. He's still on his feet to midfield, and they are going to bring him down at the 49-yard line. That's going to be about 3 yards short of the first down, so that's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 3.
Yeah, they brought number 9, J.R. Rodriguez, in there to run the football. All right, so they took Connor out, and they brought him in. Probably a little bit faster on his feet, that kind of stuff, but it looks like they got Connor back in the game right now. But yeah, they inserted number 9 there and ran that little Cheeto play, and the quarterback kept it.
Gonzalez is going to take the direct snap, and he's going to run it right behind the left guard. And a great job there by the Wildcats to come up and stop him.
He sure did. It looks like they may be just a little bit short. Come up about 4th down. Excellent job. Excellent penetration by the defense and stopped him. Now we got 4th and about 2. Let's see what the Bulldogs are going to do here.
They're lining up to punt. They're going to bring in J.R. Rodriguez to punt the ball. The Wildcats are going to send Ramsey Vasquez back. Vasquez is going to line up at about his 10-yard line.
Yeah, Ramsey does a good job of fielding the ball. They got the right guy back there. They've got great hands. He fields the ball real well. Let's see what they do. Hopefully they don't try to run a little fake here. They got it set up. We got 3 Bulls in the backfield here, and they got the snap off, and the punt's away.
It's going to land about the 25-yard line. It's going to bounce out of bounds at about the 22.
Yeah, exactly. That's where the, great. We couldn't ask for a better start of the second half by our defense. Our defense came out on the field, got a big stop on their offense. Now it's time for our offense to start stretching the muscles a little bit. Come out there and let's start fighting. All right, come on, Wildcats. We got to fight now. Let's go. We're going to do it. Right here, you can see this. This is going to be a big start for us this second half. Here come the Wildcats. Let's go. East side, strong side. Let's go, Wildcats.
Wildcats will begin their first offensive series here in the second half at their own 21-yard line, trailing 10-0 with 8:12 to go here in the third. Ramsey, the quarterback. Empty backfield for him.
Yeah, they're in their double tight look. Obviously, big.
Weslaco East, they're first.
All right. Yeah, West Coast had to call a timeout. All right, I guess they saw something they didn't like, so here we go. They got to make some adjustments, see what's going on, get back on the field, and hey, let's start getting some first downs, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, it looked like they had the wrong personnel on the field, so I think they're going to make some adjustments there. As you mentioned, Coach, great field position to start off this third quarter. Now, we did see them move the ball late in the second quarter, so we're going to see here if that momentum carries over here into the second half.
Exactly. So, the big thing up front, we got to start opening up some holes. Maybe widen our splits a little bit up front. Get it. Get some running room, get some running lanes for our running backs to get through. All right, and it looks like what I'm seeing up front. All right, we've opened up our splits a little bit.
and the SNHS.
So Ramsey, the quarterback, going to take the snap and run right behind the left side. He's got some running room still on his feet, able to make an acrobatic move once he places his hand on the ground to get beyond the 25-yard line, 26. So that's going to be a 5-yard pickup for Ramsey, bringing up a 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, great lead block by our fullback there. Did a good job of getting a good kick-out block on the end, and Ramsey picked it up, got 5 yards. Good, tremendous job up front, and by our running backs blocking.
So Ramsey going up under center, power I right. Handoff looks like it's going to be to Guerra, and he's going to jump over a gentleman and get to about the 27-yard line.
Looks like he picked up about 2.5 yards right there. Leads up to about a 3rd and 3. All right, which is good situation for our offense. A 3rd and 3, that's very doable, very makeable. All right, now we got to get a 1st down. Keep the chains going.
Carry was by Randy Cardosa.
Yeah, good job by Randy. Yeah, he saw the hole. He's fighting for yardage. As you see, he jumped over the line.
Empty backfield for Ramsey. 3rd down 3. He's going to take a snap and run the same play.
There it is.
And he's got some running room. He's at the 40, 45, 50. He's got one man to beat, and he's going to run out of bounds at about the 34-yard line.
No flags on the play. Great job. The left tackle did a tremendous job of taking his kid outside, open up the hole for Ramsey. Just a great job. Good job by number 74, Orlando Cabrera, on his block. And there you go, big play.
Coach, you mentioned something that you noticed was a little bit more of a cushion in between the linemen, and they came out with that same formation on that play, and I think that really helped open up that hole for Ramsey.
Sure it did. They're opening up, and as you can see, I can already tell the line. You can see the splits on this side. Now we're starting to get some running holes. There's some holes. You understand that? Nice 2 or 3 yard pickup right there. All right. Good job right there. Our center came off the ball. We got to get a job. We're starting to get some movement up front. Now we got to get to the 2nd level, get the linebackers blocked. Once you get the linebackers blocked and you get into the secondary, big runs start happening. All right, this is exactly what we're looking for. Defense came in, did a tremendous job of stopping them. Here we go. Offense is moving the football. Here it is. It's Wildcat East football right now.
2 yards for Ramsey Vasquez. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 8. Ramsey this time is going to be under center I formation with Gonzalez and Cardosa. Toss to Gonzalez to the left. He's got a block. He's at the 30 to the 28-yard line. Good 4-yard pickup there.
Absolutely. Now we're starting to get, now we're getting the toss going. Again, like I told you about the toss and stuff, that's, to us and to the Wildcat football, as you see that the Alexander, they like to throw those little quick outs and stuff. That's what we like to do. We can pick up 5 yards on tosses about every time we run the football. All right, that's just like the little outs that Alexander likes to run against us.
3rd down and 4. Power I left for the Wildcats. Ramsey with the football to the 25-yard line. Pickup of 2. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 1.
Yeah, 4th and 1. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what. Initially there was some movement there, but then Ramsey just kept his feet moving, and he just dug and got to about 2.5 to 3 yards right there. So that brings up 4th and short. All right. I wouldn't be surprised when you'll see it again. All right. So
5:11 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Wildcats trail 10-0. 4th and 1. Ramsey is the quarterback. He's going to take it. He's looking for some running room, and he's got a little seam on the left side, and he dives forward, and it looks like he's going to have just enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, it does. It looks like
Coach Burgett just gave you that fist pump right there.
There it is. Exactly. So that's exactly what's happening. That's a great job of executing. When you need 4th and 1, you get it. You understand that? And that goes up front to the offensive line and stuff. They have to root those guys out. If it's 4th and 1, that's a great testament of what they're doing up front. They're starting to get some push. Once you start getting some push, you get 4th and 1, 4th and 2. All right, and move the sticks.
Power I right, Cardosa, the running back. He's got some running room right behind the left tackle, and he's going to get inside the 20 to the 17-yard line.
Yeah, just a little misdirection football play there, a little power football play. Did a great job, starting to get some down blocks, and our kids are starting to get their face mask on some people, all right? Starting to get some movement and stuff. So I like what I'm seeing right now from the Wildcats up front.
Same formation for the Wildcats.
Timeout.
Power eye right. And
Alexander,
the Bulldogs are
they're
going to
first.
call a timeout. So we're going to go ahead and take one with them. You're enjoying Wildcat football right here on K-West.
Here we go. It's time for the Remus Dance Studio Dance Cam. Who wants to dance? Let's see you dance. Let's see your moves. Keep it going. K-West camera crew looking for you.
Welcome back to Bobby Lackey Stadium. We've got 4:13 to go here in the third quarter. Wildcats with the football. They stopped Laredo on their opening drive, forced them to punt, took over at their own 21-yard line, and have been marching down the field. They are inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. Big play, about a 35-yard pickup by Ramsey Vasquez just a few plays ago.
Absolutely. Great job by Ramsey. All right, and the whole offense. All right, so, you know, here it goes. This is what we've been looking for right here. And I know they're working hard. Here come the Wildcats.
Handoff is to Gonzalez. Gonzalez breaks an arm tackle to about the 16-yard line. Pickup of 2. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, big old 93 got in there and, you know, and tripped him up. You know, one of their defensive tackles inside. Actually, looks like their nose guard, okay? He came in there and made a big play on it.
Same formation, power eye right. This time Ramsey's going to keep it right behind the push of the right guard. He's going to get inside the 15, but he may be a little shy of the 1st down.
Right, it's going to be close. It's probably going to bring up another 4th down. Yeah, he looked like he saw something to the right side, so he tried to push his way over there. Looks like it's going to be a 4th and maybe about 2 feet.
We just saw that about 60 seconds ago.
Exactly. So again, you need a yard, you need a half a yard. It's got to be done up front. All right.
And I like the confidence Burgett has in his front line.
Absolutely.
To go for it when you're short 1 yard. Ramsey Vasquez tosses to Gonzalez. He's got some
open.
Room. Inside the 15, inside the 10.
There it is.
Cuts inside, touchdown, Wildcats.
Nice call. Nice call by front. You know, a lot of times, what have they been doing? They've just been running it, getting the yardage. What did the defense do there? The defense stuck everybody inside. All right, great call by the coaches. Got the ball outside on the perimeter with the toss. Good lead block out front. Touchdown. East side, strong side. Here we go, Wildcats. Good job. Great drive.
Touchdown, Wildcats. And the Wildcat faithful are loud and on their feet here at Bobby Lackey Stadium. Osvaldo Lerma on to attempt the extra point. Here comes the snap. Good, hold is good. Kick is up, and the kick is no good. So with 3:05 to go here in the third quarter, it is the Laredo Alexander Bulldogs 10, your Weslaco East Wildcats 6. We'll be right back. You're enjoying Wildcat football right here on K-West.
Let's keep it going, because now it's time for the Postgame.
Back to Bobby Lackey Stadium. What a great way to open up the third quarter. The Wildcats taking the ball after stopping the Bulldogs at their own 21-yard line, and it took about 5 minutes off the clock, 5 minutes and 9 seconds to be exact, to travel down the course of the field. 15-yard touchdown on a 4th and 1. Josh Gonzalez taking it to the house.
Yeah, that's typical East football. All right, good, long, sustaining football drives, and that's what you want to do, especially in the third and the fourth quarter. You start to be able to move the football and get good, long drives and stuff. That kind of puts a sword in a guy. You understand that? That puts, that takes the wind out of all sails that Alexander can have. So right now our defense has to come back on the field, make another big stop. All right, you know, we didn't get the extra point. There was a little penetration right there. I'm sure the coach is going to go back, see that, fix it. So, you know, you don't want to leave any points on the, you know, not on the field. You know, you want to get every point you can get. So we got to come down right now and get a big stop here on our kickoff.
Lerma on the kick for the Wildcats. And it's a short one to about the 20. And it's going to be fielded by Laredo at the 20 on one hop. He's got some running room, and he's still on his feet at midfield, and finally knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, when you see something like that, sometimes you get those little short pooch kicks and stuff like that. Kids come up, run it, and you know, and you're going down in your lanes and stuff. A lot of times you miss a kid, you know, and that's basically what happened right there. You know, our coverage got down there. You know, the kid picked it up. It's kind of slow played, and you know, we missed him until, you know, we made the tackle deep down here. That's probably not what we wanted, but hey, it's where our defense is. Now they got to get a big stop. Be nice to get a big turnover right now. Be a, you know, a game change is what we call it and stuff. So be nice to get one right now.
Matthew Connor back in at quarterback. Pedraza in the backfield with him as they begin the second possession of the second half. Little delay, handoff to Pedraza, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage hard.
Yes, exactly. Great penetration up front. Tremendous job by number 97. Nice job by Robert Torres. All right, he came through. He saw it. He read it up right there. Makes a stop. No gain. Absolutely great job by Robert Torres.
So that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 9 because they are going to give him 1 yard on that play.
Yeah, they picked up 1 yard, but tremendous job by the defense.
Same formation from the Bulldogs. 2:20 to go here in the third quarter. Connor looking over the defense. Hands it off to Pedraza. Pedraza looking for some running room on the right side of that line. And not much. They're going to give him 2 yards.
Not much going on there at all. You know, came back to the same play. All right, up front, did a good job. Defensive line held their ground. Linebackers came in and made a good play. Again, there's Freddie on the play. Number 97's on the play. That's good gang tackling by the defense. Good job up front by the Wildcats. You know, getting as many hats to the ball as they can.
3rd and 7 for the Bulldogs at the 42-yard line of the Wildcats. 3 receivers to the right. Connor takes a snap, rolls out to his right, looking for a receiver. Can't find anybody. He's going to tuck it and run. He's at the 40, and he's going to wisely run out of bounds at about the 37, 36-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. However, it will be shy of the 1st down.
We got a flag here. Just saw a flag come in late.
Personal foul. Late hit out of bounds, number 25 on the defense. It's a 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
Something you never want to see, especially after a big stop like that.
Exactly. You make a big stop, that kind of stuff, and you know, kids are trying to make tackles. You know that kind of stuff. But man, you've got to be able to hold off, especially when you're down there in the white area and stuff. You got to hold off, and you know, if you make a late hit, that kind of stuff, it generally brings a flag out of the pocket. So. Not what you want to see right now, but it's all right. But we got to continue playing, and let's get it. Hey, let's stop them here.
So here we go. Pedraza in the backfield with Connor. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Handoff is to Pedraza. Pedraza trying to find some running room, but not much. And he's going to pick up maybe 2 yards on that play.
Same thing. Good job by Bonda, by Jacob Bonda there, you know, squeezing it down. All right, there was no room to go at all. As you can see him, as he's pushing right there, there's Freddie Cardenas on the play. A good host of Wildcats. Right to the football.
2nd down and 9. They're going to say you only got 1 yard, and we are now under a minute here to go in the third quarter. The Bulldogs leading 10-6 over the Wildcats.
Yeah, we need to be real disciplined here, because if they continue to run this, they're going to pull it here in a minute with their quarterback. Try to keep you honest.
Connor rolls to his right, looking for a receiver. A little low. Intended receiver there is Albert Laurel.
Yeah, that's a good job right there. We were all over that play. The ball bounces off the ground. Here it is now, 3rd and 9. That's what you want as defense. That's what you want to be in. You want to be in 3rd and 9. It kind of tells you what they're going to do. You know, most teams they're going to try to throw the ball here. With Alexander, I imagine they're probably going to try to roll out here to the left.
That incomplete pass will stop the clock with 42 seconds to go here in the 3rd. Play clock is down to 13 seconds, and Laredo still hasn't lined up yet. So here we go. Now they're getting set. Under 10 seconds. Connor, the quarterback, 3 receivers to his left. He's going to drop back, looking for a receiver. It's going to be a screen to the right, and a great job there by the Wildcat defense. And who is the first guy to sniff that play out?
Number 3. All right, you got it. The All-Stater, Freddie Cardenas. Good job, Freddie.
Along with the other defensive guru, Jacob Banda.
Absolutely. You know, we did a good job of pressuring the quarterback right there. And, you know, they had it set up. Back came out of the backfield, swinged over, got the ball to him, nice and good. But our kids had great discipline on that play. Freddie saw it all the way, got down the line, made a big play. Yes. Outstanding. Now it's 4th and long. All right, and here we go. Again, defenses come out. One more play, one more stop. Here we go. Looks like they got an injury on the Alexander team. Kid going off slow over there.
They're going to lose about 4 yards on that play. Going to bring up a 4th down and 13 from the 31-yard, I'm sorry, the 26-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for it. They're not going to try to kick it this time. So
that would bring up about a 43-yard field goal.
Exactly. So here they go. They're going to snap the ball. We just got to really cover really well because obviously they're going to try to throw the football.
Roll out to the right
out.
for Connor. He's looking for a receiver. Doesn't have anybody. Now he moves to his left looking for a receiver, and that ball is incomplete, and a big stop again by the Wildcats.
Great discipline by our secondary. When the kid rolls out, he was looking for them to come off the receiver because they thought they were going to run the football. All right, they did. They looked like they were coming off. They came back on, did a great job of covering, threw the ball. Nowhere near the receiver. Good job by our secondary. Tremendous job by the Wildcats. Great stop. Now, let's do what we did this last time, offense. Slowly. Tick, 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 tick. First down, first down, first down, touchdown. That's what we need right now.
Well, with that stoppage, that's going to give the Wildcats the ball at their own 26-yard line with 5 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Here we go. Wildcats, he's under center.
Ramsey rolls out to his right. Quick pass to the tight end underneath, and that is going to be a Wildcat first down. Great job there by Edward Villalobos to kind of find his way out into that open flat.
Absolutely. You know, that right there we'll call a bootleg. All right, Ramsey came around on the boot. First time I've seen it this year. I think they may have tried to throw it last week, but they ran a little bootleg action there, a little push route back outside of the flats. Ramsey does a great job delivering the ball to the receiver. Receiver gets up there, gets a big, 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 big first down and a lot of yardage. Great job, Wildcats. Great call up front by our coaches also.
Well, that buzzer indicates that we have played 3 quarters here at Bobby Lackey Stadium. And at the end of 3, it is the Laredo Alexander Bulldogs 10, your Weslaco East Wildcats 6. And Weslaco with a first down. Now they will be 1st and 10. They will have it 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
And we got an old-fashioned tussle going on right here. 2 really good football teams really fighting it out.
Hands off to Josh Gonzalez. Gonzalez looking for some running room off the left side. He's going to pick up about 3 yards on that play.
He's just real close to breaking that. All right, that was a really good run. Just a little bit flip of the hips outside, and he'd be off and running. So good job up front, and just that close. That's the thing about offensive plays and stuff. You know, as you see things develop. All right, just one little movement in that direction by our back, and it could be a big play. So Wildcats need to come back to it, because it's there. They just got to keep playing and keep getting after it.
2nd down and 7 for the Wildcats. 4th quarter, Ramsey takes it. He's going to run off the left side. Has some running room. He's still on his feet. He's at the 35, and he's finally hit from behind. I'm sorry, at the 45. He finally hit from behind, and he's brought down at the 42-yard line. If they don't catch him, if they don't bring him down there, he's gone.
He's in the touch. He's in the end zone right there. Tremendous job. Again, nothing but a quarterback lead play. Just what they ran a while ago with the tailback, they came back with Ramsey. All right, good job lead blocking with both backs coming through. And as you see, you put more people at the point of attack with this.
They're going to hand the ball off to Gonzalez. Gonzalez right behind the right guard. Little misdirection play inside the 40 to about the 39-yard line. Pickup of 3 on that play.
Good job of inside zone cutback. Josh did a good job of reading it, cutting back, getting 3 yards. Good job up front. Nice, hard running.
2nd down and 7 for the Wildcats. Ball is resting on the Bulldog 39-yard line. Ramsey Vasquez with the empty backfield. He's going to run to the left side,
Got
but there
movement.
quickly are some flags on this play.
Yeah, we started a little early again right there up front.
Prior to the snap, full start. Number 76 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
That sad thing about, you know, playing offensive line, the only time your name gets called up is because, you jump off sides, you do something like holding or whatever, that kind of stuff. It's the only time you get to hear them. But I'm going to tell you, that right there, to be an offensive lineman, to play offensive line, you got to be a very, very unselfish person, because those kids have to give it everything they have every play. They have contact on every play. All right, so
after the 5-yard mark off of the penalty, 2nd and 12. This time Ramsey's going to fake the handoff. He's going to keep it off to his left side. Has a little bit of running room, but isn't able to turn the corner and is dropped after about a 2-yard pickup.
Nah, their corner came off the play and turned the play back inside, and their defense was there. But that's all right. We got 3rd and 10. We got to get a first down right here and move the chains. We're probably in two-town territory anyway, but it'd be nice to, pick up the 10 yards right now and move the chains.
Well, they're going to bring in Cedeno at quarterback. Cardosa's in the backfield with him.
It looks like they got Ramsey at the slot down here.
2 receivers right, 2 receivers to the left. 3rd down and 10 for the Wildcats. Cedeno looking to his right. Ball is in the air. He's got a receiver, but he underthrows him, and the ball is picked off. Yeah. Interception made there by Carlos Huerta.
Yeah, and our receiver did a good job of separating. If the ball was thrown over and to his outside shoulder where the ball should have been, it could have been a touchdown. Either way, all right. You underthrow it a little bit, it's going to be, generally it's going to get picked off. But if you put it where it needs to be, it's going to be a touchdown. They just ran a fade, and it was a great call because, hey, our receiver was running wide open there. So, that's all right. Defense, here we are, back out here. All right, let's get a big stop, get the ball on the ground, get a turnover, and get us some short yardage here for our offense.
9:22 left in the ball game. Wildcats trail 10-6. Laredo with the ball at their own 17-yard line after that interception. Handoff
number 9
is made to the first running back through, and there is no room for him to go. Great stop there by the Wildcat defense. Number 9, as you just mentioned, Coach, J.R. Rodriguez is in at quarterback, and Carlos Canales is in at running back, and he was the one that carried that ball, and there was no gain there, so it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Exactly. Again, our defense right now is clamping down on the Bulldogs, all right? So they're doing a great job. There is absolutely nowhere to run, all right? We just need to get the ball back to our offense.
Rodriguez looking down at his sleeve for the play. Now, Rodriguez has played a lot. He played last year as well. Looks like he's going to pass the ball, looking for a receiver. Now he's going to roll out to the right as he's got no one. He's under pressure. He's going to turn up the ball and run, but it looks like he's not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage before he runs. I think he slid in the field of play because the line judge said that the clock is going to continue to roll.
Exactly. He lost a yard on that play. All right. Great job by our defense. Keeping him to the inside. Our kids did a good job of pursuing down the line. Didn't let him get outside for a big run. So great job. Our hats off to our defense. Good job, Wildcat defense.
3rd down and 11. Canales in the backfield. Connor in at quarterback. Snap. Play action, looking for something on the left, dumps it off to the running back as the only guy that was open, and that's only going to be good for about a 1-yard gain. Another great job by this Wildcat defense.
Actually, a great job by our secondary. Our secondary did a great job there. There was no place to throw the football. All right, that's an outstanding job by the secondary. All right, so the only thing he could do is give it out to his 3rd receiver, which is the outlet to the running back. So, and then our kids came up and made a great play. All right, so tremendous job by the defense. Here we go. Now we're going to get the ball back. Should get in great field position, all right, with plenty enough time to go down, score, and win this football game.
Well, the Wildcats lined up to return this one. Rugby-style punt is away. It's going to be dropped. Good job by the return man. He's at the 50, 45, looking for a block. Breaks the tackle inside the 40, 35. All the way down to the 30-yard line. A great job there by Hector Muniz, with the return for the Wildcats.
Great job by Hector, and a good job for our, our punt return team also getting there, getting on the block and giving a great seam for Hector to run down. But that was a great job of, avoiding a tackle and breaking a tackle. All right, so that's a good job by Hector. All right, it sets up our Wildcat offense, all right, in great field position. Now we're sitting here now, on the 31-yard line. All right, we got 30 yards to go. You can't ask for anything better in, high school football.
Ramsey in at quarterback. He's got Cardosa in the backfield with him. He's got two receivers on the right side of the field. Cardosa in motion. It's going to be Ramsey with the run inside the 30, 25. What a great job of breaking the initial contact.
Exactly. That's a kid, like I told you, man, that kid's got a heart of gold. I'm not kidding you. That kid runs extremely hard. As you see on contact, he lowers his shoulders, hits, and keeps spinning, keeps fighting for every inch, every yard. That's a tremendous job and a tremendous effort by that young man.
5 yards on the run for Ramsey, bringing up a 2nd down and 5. We are 6.5 minutes to go here in the ball game. Power eye right. Handoff to Cardosa. Cardosa behind the left side of the field. He's still on his feet, running inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. However, we do have a flag on the play.
We have a flag. All right.
There
hadn't been a lot of penalties.
Number 68 on the offense. 10-yard penalty. We'll replay 2nd down.
So that one's going to hurt.
Yeah, it hurts, but you got to overcome that. You're going to get this play over. You're going to get 2nd down again, but that's a tough thing about up front. I mean, if they want to call holding, I guess they could call holding all the time. But, I'm an offensive line coach, so that's probably a little bit biased about it. But, you got to overcome that. You got to keep playing. You got to keep playing hard. Don't let that be a detriment of what you're doing. All right, but we're all right. We just got to keep fighting.
They'll bring it back to the 36, 2nd down and 15. Tosses to Gonzalez, a little behind him, but he's going to take it off the right side. He's got a little bit of room, and he is going to leap his way down to the 30-yard line. Pickup of about 6, so that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, he picks up 6 yards, does a great job. You don't know how close he is to breaking that football. All right, there's the toss again. Do a great job up front of getting the defensive reached up front with our tight end, and that's a tremendous job. And our lead block with our fullback did a good job of getting the guy on the ground. Great run.
Power eye right. They line up quickly. Ramsey backs off, looks at the defense. He's going to keep it to the right side of the field. He's going to lower his head and get to about the 26-yard line, pickup of about 4. So that's going to bring up a 4th and 5.
Yeah, it's 4th and 5 right here. See what they're going to do. All right, he's bringing in some substitutions right now, but again, we got 4th and 5. It's all on who? It's back on the line, right now. Can we get 5 yards? Heck yeah, we can get 5 yards, all right? Because that's what we got to have right now, all right? So this is a big play for our offense, all right?
4:40 to go in the ball game. 4th down and 5 for the Wildcats at the Bulldog 26-yard line. Right. Ramsey Vasquez is the quarterback. He's going to keep it to his right, and the Bulldogs send everyone. They bring a linebacker off the left side, and Ramsey is stopped.
Yeah, he is. They read it really well. I got to put my hats off to the defense. Their defensive end came in, made a big play, made a big stop on us. Now here it is again. We still got plenty of time in this football game, all right, to win this game. So we got to keep playing hard. Our defense have really played a great game all game long. But this 2nd half, they've been stellar. I mean stellar. So here, another big play. Come on, defense. Again, this would be a great time to dial up a little, turnover.
Milkosh Gonzalez in the backfield with Connor, the quarterback. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. 4:27 to go in the ball game. Bulldogs lead 10-6. They're going to send a receiver in motion. Connor, bubble screen to the right. It is caught by Laurel. Laurel with a little spin move, and he is knocked out of bounds, and we have another flag on the play.
Yeah. That was a good job by the receiver, catching the ball, spinning outside, and getting yardage. Let's see what happens on the flag.
Personal foul, number 3 on the defense. Late hit out of bounds. That's a 15-yard penalty. Carries an automatic. First down.
That's a second late hit charge to the Wildcats. And of course, when you're chasing and running, it's kind of hard to stop
It's
sometimes.
hard to stop, especially as a linebacker. You know, that obviously that call was on Freddie, but you know he's trying to hustle. He's trying to get to the ball. He's trying to get to the ball carrier. All right, you know, the receiver in this instance, but you know, and it ain't like they want to do that. You know, they're trying to get to the ball. They're trying to get a stop. All right, so they're playing extremely hard.
So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at their own 47-yard line. Connor, bubble screen to the right. And receiver runs out of bounds. That is Alex Maldonado.
Yeah, that's a little flare pass again to the running back. All right, but that was all designed in that kind of scene.
Number 11, Alex Maldonado, runs out of bounds.
So that's going to be a pickup of about 5. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 5 for the Bulldogs. But he runs out of bounds, so it stops the clock with 4:14 to go here in the ball game. Again, the Wildcats trailing 10-6.
Just got to get a stop here. There's a lot of playing time left in this ball game.
3 linemen for the Wildcats. They rush 3. Running back, nowhere to go.
None at all.
That's going to pick up 1 yard on that play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that was a tremendous job right there by Leo Guerra. He did a great job of closing it and getting it stopped. So now we got 3rd and long, 3rd and about 4.5. Got to come up with a big stop right here. Come on, let's go, Wildcats.
Clock is running with 3:40 to go in the ball game. Gonzalez in the backfield with Connor, the quarterback. 2 receivers right and 2 to the left. 3rd down and 4. Connor rolls to his left, looking for a receiver. Nothing doing. Still can't find anybody, and he's going to fall in the field of play, so the clock will continue to move. They're going to stop it, though. The Wildcats are going to call a timeout.
Right. Yeah.
Weslaco East. Their second team timeout.
Yeah, Wildcats did a great job right there. Their defense did a good job of mirroring the quarterback all the way down the line. Quarterback had no place to go, but so he falls on the ground. All right, so great job by the defense. It's 4th. They're probably going to punt the ball in this situation where it is. That would be the smartest thing for them to do. But you never know about high school football.
They're going to punt from the 49-yard line, so it's going to put the Wildcats deep in their own territory with about 3.5 minutes to go in the ballgame and only 1 timeout.
Well, but hopefully we can get a great return here. If we get a great return here, you know, and get the ball here, maybe we can get some great field position.
I was just about to say we've got 2 dangerous men that return the football, one being Hector Muniz and the other one being Ramsey Vodska.
Absolutely. So, you know, we just got to do a good job, make sure that they punt the ball. You know, they don't do anything like a fake punt or this kind of stuff to try to get a 1st down. So make sure that they, you know, punt. Then we get a great return.
Muniz is going to be back to return this punt, and he's at the 15-yard line. Want to send a big shout out to my daughter, Alyssa Aguilar, listening in on KWS audio only because UIL does not allow us to stream video live on Friday nights. But the video will be up an hour after the ball game on YouTube. Punt is away, and it takes a Wildcat bounce at about the 16-yard line. It's kind of just where it stops.
Well, you know,
and so that's where the Wildcats will take over here late in the 4th quarter.
Alexander's seen enough returns already tonight, so he said, hey, we're going to punt it to an area where there's nobody at, you know, which was smart on their part, all right? But, you know, it is what it is now. It's set up for us, all right? We got 3 minutes and 13 seconds left of the game. All right, we have the football. Get the last drive, score a touchdown, win the game. All right, it's all set up for the Wildcats. All right, so all you got to do is go out there and get after it. I know that's what the coaches are telling them. Do you believe in what we're doing? Heck yeah. We're going to fight for every inch, and we're going to get it? Yes. All right, here come the Wildcats.
Here come the Wildcats, 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line with 3:13 to go in the ballgame, trailing by 4. They've got to get to the end zone. Handoff is made to Gonzalez, and Gonzalez is hit in the backfield and is dropped for a loss of 1.
Yeah, again, their defensive tackle on this side and their defensive end on this side did a great job of getting up the field and stopping the run before it started.
Loss of 1. Clock continues to roll. 2:53 to go in the ball game. 2nd and 11 from the 14.
This is where the O-line has to dig down deep and, hey, start getting some push and get some movement on these guys.
Snap is away. Pass is away. It is caught by Ramsey at the 20-yard line. Great pass there from the quarterback,
Pass by number 4, Ramsey Vasquez.
Cedeno.
Yes, a tremendous job by Cedeno. Got the ball to Ramsey. Great catch. Now we what? Now it's a more 3rd down and manageable play. 3rd and about 4. We got to get a 1st down. Time is now. Let's go, Wildcats.
2:15 and the clock continues to move. Cedeno, the quarterback, is going to be handed off to Gonzalez. Gonzalez is hit at the line, and he's still on his feet. Breaks a few tackles, but the ball is on the ground. But they're going to say he was on the ground.
He was down. All right, looks like it's a 1st down. That's just a great
Really on the
effort.
play is no fumble. The result of the play is a 1st down.
That was a great effort by Josh there. He just ran extremely hard. He was hit at the initial contact, but kept his feet moving, kept running hard, picked up the 1st down.
He was not going to be denied.
No, he was not. So we got 2:02 left in the game. Got plenty of time.
Got to wait for the referee to say, let's start, because they got to stop the clock to move the chain. So he just signaled, and we are now under 2 minutes to go in the ball game. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Cedeno looking for a receiver. It's in and out of the hands of Vasquez. Vasquez almost came down with that one.
Almost.
Incomplete pass will stop the clock with 1:48 to go here in the ball game.
Yeah, looks, obviously they got Ramsey out here as receiver. We got to get the ball down the field. So obviously they got Cedeno in to throw the football. It's all set up here. All right, I'd be best to get it in 4's hands as quick as we can.
So here we go. Handoff is to Gonzalez. Gonzalez loses the ball. It's on the ground, recovered by the Bulldogs, and walked in for a touchdown. That is Brady Segovia with the Bulldog touchdown.
That's just a great effort by their defense. All right, come up with a big play at this time. All right, they hit Josh there again, starting in the backfield. Okay, they got penetration. It's tough when you just about to hand out the ball, you get hit. A lot of times these kind of things happen. So you got to take your hat off to Alexander's defense. They came up with a big play and scored.
So they're going to send in the field goal unit. Sebastian Brenis on to attempt the point after. He's got a 29-yard field goal already tonight, and this time the extra point is good. So he has been perfect tonight, and now the score is Laredo 17, Weslaco East 6 with 1:40 to go in the ball game.
Yeah, that's a killer when things like that happen. All right, but it's high school football. Kids want to make plays, that kind of stuff. But both teams are playing hard. It's been a hard-fought football game by both teams. Both these kids have a lot to be proud of. They just got to keep on playing. Again, like we said last week, every game that we play gets you better. It gets you prepared for the district play. That's 3 weeks away. All right, we still have 2 more dress rehearsals before district starts, okay? So that's what you're doing. All right, they're going to look at this film and see the good stuff and try to get better at that, and look at the stuff that didn't work and obviously fix those things and stuff. So, but we still have
a minute
40 seconds, so we still have time to come back here. Let's get a big return, and hey, keep fighting. Keep that Wildcat spirit going. Keep fighting, keep playing, because that's what the Wildcats are. That's how they play.
Want to thank, of course, the administration from Weslaco ISD and Weslaco East High School for putting this production together and allowing all this great stuff to happen. Of course, it all starts with the superintendent of schools, Dr. Priscilla Canales. We want to thank the Weslaco East High School principal, Dr. David Gamboa, the athletic director, Oscar Riojas, and, of course, head coach and athletic coordinator for Weslaco East, Coach Michael Burgett. And, of course, we want to thank the K-West crew. It all starts with the director, Carlos Robledo, and the rest of the clan, Mike Gonzalez, and everybody that's here tonight making this production what it is, and of course making us sound so very good. And of course I want to thank everybody who's tuning in on Facebook Live. I want to remind you that because it is a Friday night football game. We are not allowed to stream the game live, so you're getting audio only. Jaime Cavazos, Francisco Hinojosa, Jada Cavazos, Efraín Trevino Jr., Myra Huff, James Klausner, Danny Leal, my granddaughter Lily Aguilar is listening as well. Thank you guys so much for listening on KWest Live on our Facebook feed. Want to remind you that 1 hour after the game, it'll be up on our YouTube channel. So here comes Weslaco East. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line with 1:40 to go in the ball game.
Exactly. So here come the Wildcats again. Well, got a flag here. I guess we
Delay of game.
Delay of game.
On the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Ramsey Vasquez in back at quarterback. So that'll move the ball back 5 yards. 1st and 15 for the Wildcats at their own 20-yard line. He's got Gonzalez in the backfield with him.
Here we go. Hey, kids just need to keep playing hard and every snap get better. Right
Handoff
there.
is made.
Make a break run. Right
Great
there.
run
Right there. Right there.
Gio. That looks like it's Gio. Good.
Exactly. Tremendous run. Good job up front. All right. The running back did a good job of breaking it back. That's Giovanni.
Giovanni Guerra. They call him Gio.
Exactly. So good job by Giovanni. Good job up front. Kids, and right here. Hey, every second. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. You never quit. You keep fighting all the time. You just keep playing hard.
So a great run all the way down to the 20-yard line. 60 yards on the run for Giovanni Guerra.
Alexander, their second team timeout.
You remember what happened last week? Scored, came within 1 touchdown, kicked an onside kick, bounced through our kids' hands. Hey, you never know. That's why, hey, every tick of the ball, every second you have left on the clock is a second that you can be successful. All right. So, hey, that's a good thing about the Wildcat spirit. They never die. These kids play hard from start of the game to the end, all right? That's what Wildcat football is all about.
Yeah, they were very close to pulling it off last week. We talked about this on the air, that onside kick, if you want to put an example in a textbook or online of what an onside kick should look like, that is it. Handoff again made to Gio. Gio breaks his tackles inside the 20-yard line to about the 17. Clock will continue to move, though.
Yep.
And up to number 23, Giovanni Guerra.
Got a minute 18. Yeah, they just got, hey, good job. Good hard running by Giovanni right there. Line is still, they're coming off the football.
Ramsey with a pass. Little too high. I'm sorry, that is Cedeno in at quarterback, throwing the ball to Ramsey.
Right, exactly. So ball was just a little bit high. Almost got it. Just a little bit incomplete right there, but that's okay.
So they're going to switch Ramsey back in at quarterback. Ramsey with Guerra in the backfield. 3 receivers to the left. Clock will stop because of the incomplete pass with 1:03. Ramsey fakes the handoff to Guerra. He's still on his feet. Inside the 15, he loses the ball, and Alexander picks it up.
Come on.
Little fleet pitch off to number 5, Danny Etheridge. Fumble was recovered by Carlos Canales, and he was being pursued by the Wildcats. He had Etheridge trailing, saw him, pitched the ball back to him, and that's a Bulldog touchdown. Second fumble recovery taken for a touchdown in the last 60 seconds.
As you see, Ramsey just trying to fight for extra yards and stuff, you know, and a lot of times when you do that, you know, the ball gets loose. You know, those things happen. You always talk about protect the football and stuff, but when you're trying to fight to get extra yards and you want to score, all right, sometimes those things happen. But down here, you know, with the return and stuff, that kid had a lot of moxie to throw it back out, you know and believe me, it was behind him, so it was legal, all right, but you know, that's a tremendous job and tremendous field presence by that kid from Alexander.
Sebastian Bernias with the point after. Now the Laredo Alexander Bulldogs lead 24-6 with 43 seconds to go here in the ball game.
Yep. just and it's been on some big plays, as far as turnovers, this kind of stuff. That's 2 touchdowns because of turnovers, and then a blocked punt that led to a score for them, that kind of stuff. So those are things that can be corrected and that kind of stuff. When you see that, okay, and those are things you got to correct. You work on ball, and the coaches do, guys. I mean, every day, the running backs coaches and people who coach the kids and stuff, the quarterbacks, everything. I mean, they're working on ball, ball control, ball skills, stripping drills, that kind of stuff all the time. Going through the blaster, doing this stuff all week long, trying to talk about it, because you don't want to put the ball on the ground. Kids don't want to do that. That's not what they work on. They work on not doing those kind of things, but it happens. It's part of the football game, all right? But and maybe next week, we get those kind of breaks and stuff. So, just been a close football game. It's been a hard hit. If you just came in right now, you look at the score, what's going on? No, it's been a hard-fought football game by both teams, all right?
So Bernias on the kick for the Bulldogs. Kick is a squibbler down the field, and the Wildcats are going to fall on it at their own 22-yard line, where they'll begin this next offensive possession with 43 seconds left in the ball game.
Still got 43 seconds. The kids are still going to come out and execute the offense. All right, that's what they're supposed to do. You're going to see the Wildcats come out and continue to play hard for this last 43.
Yeah. This never surrender attitude all week last week, and we've seen it tonight. They were moving down the field, fumble, and it was returned for a touchdown. So the Bulldogs' 3 touchdowns have all come with not much offense.
No,
because they had that punt that was blocked, and they had the ball at the 3-yard line. They scored, and then the other 2 touchdowns came via fumble recoveries. So here come the Wildcats. They've got the football, and the handoff is made to Andy Delgado, and he's going to move forward for about 3 yards to about the 25. They're going to say no to the 24. So they give him 2 yards. They'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. The clock ticks with 27 seconds to go here in the ball game. Yeah, this looks like this is going to be the last play of the ball game.
Yeah, here we go.
Ramsey hit from behind as he tries to get rid of the ball, so that's not going to be the last play of the ball game.
No,
I'm sorry, they had Cedeno back in at quarterback.
Cedeno was back. He took a hit. The ball came out, but his hand was going forward, so it's an incomplete pass. So still got 14 seconds left of the game, but hey, we're still going to keep fighting.
Cedeno passes the ball. It's on its way in and out of the hands of Ramsey Vasquez. So that incomplete pass will stop the clock again, this time with 10 seconds, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Yeah, 3rd and about. There's 3rd and 8. All right, still got another play or 2.
So here we go. Handoff is made to the first back through, and that's going to be Gio. Yep. Gio Guerra with some nifty running.
Yeah, he's ran real hard tonight, especially here in the second half. He's been doing a tremendous job. Again, there's the clock.
Gio could be very close to 100 yards.
Yeah,
and only like 4 carries.
Absolutely. So he's ran hard. He's got he runs with great vision. I can see this. Tough game here for the Wildcats tonight, but obviously a learning experience. Again, and I believe this as a coach. All my life is, that I've coached and the things that I've done. Every play that you play is important, especially in the, before district play, this kind of stuff. How much better can you get? That kind of stuff. Have the Wildcats got better? I really believe they have. They showed a lot of promise tonight. They played hard last week. As far as this, but both teams played extremely hard today. There was a lot of hard hitting in this game. I was proud of the effort the Wildcats put forth, but my hat's off to Alexander because, they got a very fine football team. I watched them. Their quarterback and their receivers do a great job, especially number 8. The little receiver they have, that kid, that kid had a tremendous game tonight. And their quarterback put it there. But our defense came up really big, too. I was real proud of our defense and how hard they play. And all the kids, that kind of stuff. Because they work hard all week. Kids work hard. Coaches prepare, they get them ready to play and stuff like that. That's the thing about football and about life, because you're learning a lot in this game. And it's not just this game. You know, what do you take out of it? Because there's going to be hard times when you get older. You know, that's what we tell kids all the time. All right, what does football do for you? You know, what does it do for you? Is it just playing it? No, there's a lot of intangibles in this game. There's a lot of things that you get because the brotherhood you learn, the camaraderie that you learn, the working together, fighting hard together, believing in each other, you know, putting forth great effort in everything that you do. And that's winning. You know, and it may not, you may not win on the scoreboard, but that's winning at life, this kind of stuff. And that's what we teach kids, you know, and that's what this game's about, all right?
Well, Weslaco East doing a great job tonight, losing this game, however, 24-6 for Carlos Robledo and all of the great folks for K-West. I am Joe Aguilar, joined by Coach Rock, saying good night from Bobby Lackey Stadium, where once again, the final score, the Laredo Alexander Bulldogs 24, your Weslaco East Wildcats 6. We'll see you guys next week. Have a great rest of your evening.
And hello, everybody. It is the K-West postgame show here at Bobby Lackey Stadium, where it is the Wildcats being down here by Laredo Alexander by a final score of 24-6. And Mike, the score is not indicative of how well the Wildcats play here tonight.
Absolutely. You talk about the Wildcats. I thought the defense played outstanding today. Unfortunately, 2 turnovers turned out to be the difference as far as the margin of defeat tonight. But overall, I thought the Wildcats got another game under their belts where they played a playoff team from last year that's expected to do well in this district and go far in the playoffs. And, you know, I think the Wildcats played hard, did what they could to be in this game. And, you know, just in the end, it didn't work out.
Yeah, last week they played against Maynard, a team that with D1 players this year. They play against Laredo Alexander, a team that's probably going to be playing for a district championship. So a tough schedule for them. And the defense, though, in this game, you got to give them a lot of credit because the defense was just, they kept them in the game throughout most of the contest.
Absolutely, and it starts with Freddy Cardenas, another brilliant night from Freddy Cardenas, and I know other players contributed as well. A guy that's standing out to me the first couple of games for the Wildcats is Amanor Ordonez. I thought he played terrific tonight, all over the place. Last week caused a turnover, and tonight played well again. And Joel Longoria, I thought, played pretty well also. So Freddie, as usual, did an outstanding job, and the unit has a lot to be proud of tonight.
Still early in the season, you know, second week of the season, the Wildcats still trying to find out, you know, where they're going to be with their quarterback situation. Ramsey Vasquez played outstanding tonight, as usual. And so did that, we talk about the defense offensively. That offensive line was able to do a lot for Ramsey Vasquez.
And not only that, Carlos, the team was put in a situation where they could have taken the lead late in the fourth quarter. So some of these guys that are young got that experience, that in-game experience of, you know, we're going to be in this position again later on in the season, probably in district play. They're going to learn from their mistakes, watch the film, practice, and hopefully next time we see a different result.
All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights of this game. We'll start off here in the third quarter, because it started off with the, at the half, it was 10-6, or actually 10-0 Alexander, until the Wildcats started getting something going there, and that is Vasquez on the run, and then here we go to the outside, and scoring it, Josh Gonzalez scores right there for the Wildcats to make it 10-6. And then that defense, Jacob Banda all over the place, making a tackle on that play right there, and more defense right here. This is a big fourth down play, running down the quarterback, and the ball falls incomplete, and that's the way the defense was playing all game long. They kept fighting till the end. Here we go, once again on the run. Ramsey Vasquez trying to get things going, and unfortunately, a couple of turnovers. Here's this one by the offense, and then a couple of turnovers by the Weslaco East offense also that led directly to turnovers, and you can't have that when you're playing against a team like Laredo Alexander.
And not only that, Carlos, there was also some penalties where the Wildcats looked like they were going to move the ball, get some first downs. They did get first downs, and it looked like to me, Carlos, in the third quarter into the fourth, the offensive line was starting to take over this game. Give credit to the O-line for their blocks, and Ramsey had some nice runs, and Josh Gonzalez had some nice runs, but you know the penalties got the Wildcats in trouble tonight as well.
All right, with us here now, as always, Coach Mike Pregame. And Coach, here we are. I know you're 0-2, but you got to be proud of your team, the way they fought and the way they stayed close. those 2 late touchdowns in the fourth quarter really just, after that, the team couldn't come back from that because of the turnovers.
Yeah, that's correct.
What did you tell your team after the football game? I know you're always telling them to keep fighting, keep going. What did you tell them, Coach?
Well, I mean, I hope the real East fans that are out there know it's the same coaching staff that's been here for the last 13 years. Our kids got a schedule thrown at them that's unbelievable. We're not playing teams that are not going to be in the playoffs. We have some young kids that are busting their butt to catch up to where they need to be. We're behind because of injuries. We've had some very unfortunate injuries the last 2 years that I just shake my head at. And I mean, we got some pieces missing right now, but I mean, we're doing East football the way it's supposed to be, and I think we're going to be okay come district. But, you know, we're not going to push the panic button. We're still 0-0 in district, but a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah, I think Coach Brigette said it best. I mean, non-district schedule, there's a reason why when we had the realignment last, what was it, February, and you guys scheduled, and I remember when you guys beat Laredo Alexander playoffs, you had already said you were going to schedule them here in Weslaco in the 2018 season. And I mean, just this experience is going to pay off when district play begins. And I mean, would you agree with that, Coach?
Well, I mean, yeah, we played Manor, and I think you guys watched Manor last week. They got some Division I kids, and I thought we played tough. Tonight we just made some sophomore mistakes. They say every sophomore you put on the football field, you're going to struggle at 6A. At 6A football when you're playing sophomores, and you know, our sophomores gave everything they had tonight. Those 2 long runs were by a sophomore. Starting linebacker we have is a sophomore. Starting offensive lineman is a sophomore. So those kids are growing up against some of the best teams in South Texas. So, you know, I'm not ready to push the panic button. You know, true Wildcat fans, they understand. They're out there. They know. They stay on the wagon. We had a small leak up in the stands, I heard tonight, but you guys know how that is. I mean, it's easy. You guys are Cowboy fans, and you know how easy it is to go through a losing season.
Well, Coach, you know, and I don't think, you know, we have seen, you've already, I think you guys, your coaching staff, you've been around here long enough. You've had plenty of success going 3 deep into the playoffs, many years now. I think the fans are still with you, and I think everyone, wouldn't you say that's right, guys that are out here? I think that most of the fans, like you say, the true fans, the ones that follow Wildcat football, y'all have an awesome following here in Weslaco. And I think it is a matter of time, and you need some more play time, get the guys going a little bit. But I think the Wildcats are going to be okay this year.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. We got to turn some stuff around. We got to pick up the pace a little bit. We're making, I mean, my hat's off to Ramsey. I don't think people know Ramsey's probably the best secondary guy in the Valley, but we got him playing quarterback. Our quarterback got some snaps tonight. He just was released a couple days ago, so we didn't want him to take any hits. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I could say, but let's take our hats off. They played tough across there. They had a bunch of guys back from that team that we beat in the playoffs last year in the second round. So, you know, they have a senior ball club, and my hat's off to them. And our kids are going to get better as the year go. Our coaching staff's working hard around the clock. You know, we're hoping to spend a little bit more time on football with this DEC throwing on us. I don't even want to go into that, but I mean, we're pretty busy at Westco East with all the construction and stuff and all the sports going on. But you guys hang in there. Westco East, we're not done yet. I'll guarantee you that.
And you know what, Coach? What makes me feel pretty good, too, is that your defense has kept you guys in the game. Freddie's gotten us is great. We know that. But how about the play of Amanor Ordóñez? Another great night tonight. Was solid last week, caused a turnover. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, I'm really happy the way our defense, especially since we're leaving them on the field quite a bit. But, you know, I think our defensive coaches ain't very happy with 2 15-yard penalties. We don't do that. We do not do that. And one of the kids just came out for football this year who's going to be a good football player. But we don't do that. And we had 2 late hits out of bounds. And we're trying to go. We're trying to get the lead there in the fourth quarter, and we get a holding call. The first holding call called in the whole game. I got to go back on film and look at it, but you know, we got a great officiating crew out here. Sasser's always done a great job. That holding call put us back a little bit. So, I mean, we got guys trying to make plays, and we'll be all right.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We'll let you go.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, Coach Mike Burgett's Wildcats take on Maynard, take on Laredo Alexander. Next week they play against Brownsville Hannah, so it doesn't get any easier for them. But the fans here, they were here throughout the entire game. This is a game that was till maybe the last couple of minutes left. Then we knew that the Wildcats were down by a couple of touchdowns, and then we knew that, okay, maybe it's not going to be a victory tonight.
And you know what, Carlos? So what makes me feel good is that the Wildcats have been in this situation before the last couple of years. They've had their backs against the wall, and it's like my Coach Burgett said, it's non-district play. I mean, there is a reason why they scheduled these teams in non-district to get them ready for district play and to hopefully make a good run in November and into December, going 3 deep, and you know, we're shooting for 4 deep. And so, if anything, that's the positive to take out of all of this is the experience of going up, especially for these young sophomores, these juniors that maybe haven't been on this kind of stage before.
Yeah, and I don't think anything is going to change. If you take a look at 32-6A and the predictions of who's going to win what, I think Vela and Weslaco East are still going to be battling right there. You got to like the spirit. You got to like the moxie and the way that this team played here tonight. If you're a Wildcat fan, never gave up. Yeah, a couple of turnovers there in the fourth quarter just really hurt them overall, but the talent is still there on this football team, and with the experience of this coaching staff, I'm sure they're going to be able to turn it around.
And not only that, Carlos, the mistakes they're making, they're correctable. There's just little fundamental mistakes like the penalties. Those are correctable mistakes that they're going to address and they're going to correct. The turnovers, those are things that just, to me, it was just bad luck on the Wildcats side. I mean, it was 10-6 late in the fourth quarter, and then you had those 2 turnovers that Laredo scored a touchdown on. You know, that normally doesn't happen, and I don't expect it to happen going forward, at least in district play. So just little things like that they need to address, and Coach Burgett, I think, addressed the mistakes they need to correct, but they're correctable. That's the good news.
And how many times have we seen the Wildcats in this type of situation, you know, where it doesn't look like they're going to make the playoffs, or they get off to a rough start. They have the injuries that they'll have to overcome, especially what they had last year with Pedraza and JC and even Lefevre playing backed up. You know, this is a team that is very, very resilient. It's a coaching staff that has been through a lot the past few years, but they always end up finding a way, grinding it out. You know, get behind those big boys up front, run the football if they have to, pass the football if they have to, get that defense out on the field. Coach Guzman did an outstanding job with that defense again tonight. And they always find a way to win.
They do, Carlos. And, I mean, again, when they have their, what is it called, the bye week, the open, there's where they make the most adjustment. That's where they'll have a good feel of this year's football team, and they'll put the players where they want to put them. You know, will Ramsey remain the starting quarterback for the rest of the year? Will he maybe just switch to defense, maybe just play a few snaps on offense? Maybe he'll be switched to receiver. We saw him play receiver a lot. We saw him punt the ball, kickoff return, you know, and that goes for a lot of these other players that are just, you know, right now they're just kind of feeling of where they are. And I think the coaches, like you mentioned, Carlos, they've been in the business for so many years and been able to do what they got to do to put these kids in the right positions and make a run to the playoffs.
Yeah, and there was also a couple of running backs as well. I think it was Giovanni Guerra, I believe, that was also running with the ball here tonight, kind of late in the game, who was able to get a couple of big plays. So you can't ride the legs of Ramsey Vasquez the entire game. They're going to find some other backs, Josh Gonzalez as well. So I think they're going to be able to spread the ball around and find those other players who can step it up as well.
And not only that, Carlos, if they can get healthy, and I mean everybody healthy, not just a few players. I mean, it just seems like Coach Burgett said, luck is not on their side. You know, guys come back and other guys get injured. Once everybody is healthy and ready to move forward, then that's when you can make that run. Then you make those adjustments, and then you'll have other guys step up. You know, like the Josh Gonzalez's, you know, just some of these players that are young sophomores that are going to learn and grow into the system as the season goes on.
All right, well, it's been a long end of the week for the K-West crew. I'd like to thank everybody for helping out tonight. Everybody at WISD. We got our brand new scoreboard that is now up and running. So we'd like to also thank all the support from the community as well. And so we're going to go ahead and take a couple of days off, enjoy the rest of our Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but we'll come back again next week for another home game here at K-West, or here at Bobby Lackey Stadium on K-West. For Mike Gonzalez, I'm Carlos Rebelo. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week when it'll be week 3 of high school football.